up there, back to the saloon. It was two different energies completely. It was the weirdest thing. Felt weird.
I don't have this. Oh shit.
Oh, you found a shirt, good.
Yeah. I don't have a video up because I felt lazy. So.
Cool. I like lazy.
You get on room.
It's a
you
vibe.
move over a little bit.
Oh, we're on.
I'll be alright.
Okay, now that I've made sure that there's sound, I'm gonna turn my sound up.
Okay, I didn't have sound going on mine, so.
Yeah, you're good.
There should not be lower third.
No, you're good.
All
Let me
right.
just share this to my
This is in
Facebook.
How do you share these things again?
Welcome, everybody. Jeff is settling himself.
Yup.
Hey guys.
We've been playing with the computer, but
Different.
it all
program.
worked today. We're not trying to jinx ourselves,
No, it's all good.
but it's
Luckily.
so good. So far, so good, right?
Yes.
Technology.
Yup.
Yeah.
Thank you, technology,
Yep.
for all of your gifts that you have given us this day.
Yup.
So, yeah,
All
very
right.
exciting times.
So I want to make sure. Oh no, I don't want volume.
Yep, make sure your volume's
I
down.
just want to make sure it was looking all right.
Yeah, for sure. We all look great. Jeff got a fancy new camera set up.
Yes.
That's how it's
We
looking
are
pretty good over
in-
here. I like it.
We're in Xbox game now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not sponsored, not sponsored, not sponsored.
No. I wish. Wouldn't that be nice?
So yeah, but hey, Xbox, if you're listening, message the page.
We can work something out.
We got you. No worries.
I can throw up some Xbox.
Yeah, there you go.
So yes, we're here.
We are.
It's
Yeah, we are.
August.
It is, yeah.
We
'Cause
skipped July.
We weren't here, July, because I had a headache.
Yep.
It
Jeff was
horrible.
sicky.
And this is compensating between July and this month.
Mhm.
So, half and half.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
kind of like
something.
halfway in between.
Two for one.
And Anna's here with us today also.
Yeah,
which I
it's
haven't
gonna come
seen
back,
her
guys.
in
Yeah.
a little bit, so that's kind of nice to catch up outside of work.
Yeah, they've
but
had me
yeah.
bogged down at work, so
Yeah.
apologies for not being here, but
Everybody,
I gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta get the paycheck.
Yes.
So.
Gotta pay those bills.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Actually, yeah, actually.
Hey, personally, I'd rather have been here, but
Right,
you
obviously.
know, I gotta do what I gotta do for my company too.
Yep. So we're here to do that, and then the reason we're not doing the end of the month was Jeff and I were both originally going to go to the Paracon, but now just I am going.
Yeah.
So make sure
Can't afford it.
that that weekend you're not looking for us because this is in substitution for that. But I'm gonna. I started talking to Jeff before we went live that I'll go live a couple times if I'm allowed to. Like if the event isn't gonna be weird about it,
I'm
which
sure
I don't
you
think they
can.
will.
No.
On the Facebook and on the TikTok probably.
Nice.
So not on YouTube because I don't have that on my phone. So, but it's okay. I'll just do Facebook and TikTok.
All right.
Make sure you're following us on all those platforms
Yeah.
to see
Yes, please do.
to see me. And if you see this shirt, I'm gonna wear this. If you see it,
Ooh.
Nice.
maybe I'll bring some stickers.
She'll
with me.
finger gun you.
I'll finger gun you. And yeah, like maybe I'll make some celebrities do finger gun pictures with me.
Ooh, there you go. There you
I'm
go.
gonna be like, listen, we do this thing.
Right? I'll give you some business cards too.
Yeah. So make sure that you are commenting to say hi if you're comfortable doing so when you tune in, so that we can address you by your name
Yes.
and say hi to you. Questions and stuff anytime you guys want. So yeah.
And I talked to Keith about it.
yeah.
I might try and have me go virtual there, so I'm there but not there.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know if that's gonna pan
We'll
out.
see.
That'd be an
But
interesting.
Jeff can just be like a ghost.
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna sit at my computer
with
all
all this
day, mind
technology
you,
we
but
Right?
have.
I'll
We
come.
can like broadcast you onto a screen and make you look like you're a ghost.
Right.
Ooh.
I know.
I'll just
No.
print out a head and put it
Right.
here.
I figured because I know either him or Michelle has a tablet, and I was like, hey, just set that tablet up,
And I'll just come
I'll
in.
pop in and out. I'll let you know so you can have it ready. So
Yeah,
it might
for
be a
sure.
thing. I don't know though.
We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know.
If not, you can just comment and talk shit to me when
I'll
I'm
just
live.
pretend like I'm touching the screen and you think I'm not real, and then I'll be like, what up? Because I'll actually see the people or whoever, and I could just stand there or sit there, look like I'm a cool picture of some kind.
And they'll be like,
and then I'll be like,
I know that guy, it's Jeff. And
hey
like,
guys!
Yeah!
That could be fun.
That could be fun, yeah,
I might
absolutely.
have to definitely get that going.
Yeah, I would be excited.
Yeah, me too.
So.
I'm actually very excited about this idea now.
Yeah, let's do it.
More so than I was before.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, that's this month. I'm kind of sad I can't go.
Yeah, it is a bummer. It is a bummer, for sure. Mm-hmm. So I'll have some cool stuff to talk about for the September live, I guess. Then hopefully.
Then cool.
Yeah,
You'll have more stories than me.
I'll have some stories.
Yeah.
Well, we always got some kind of weird stories going on. Some kind
Right.
of weirdness.
Yeah.
You went and did a couple investigations.
I did.
Ago.
I did. We'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to that. So you have some stories, maybe.
Yeah.
I've got some stories maybe, and I don't know, Anna might too. So
Probably not as much as everybody else, but
yeah, just make sure
it
if you
is
guys are
what it
watching, if you have a question anytime, go ahead and ask. So what do you want to talk about, Jeff?
And as you notice, there's no lower third.
You know who we are, hopefully.
Yeah, but I don't have the advertisements down there. So let's go over those really quick.
Yeah.
Kim's better at it than me, so maybe I'll remember everything.
Go for it.
Subscribe to the social media stuff.
Do it. Very important.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah.
Plus YouTube, but you probably already have done that if you're watching this.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
If not, if you just
if
somehow
not, just click the subscribe button.
Hi, Mia.
Hey, Mia.
What up?
How's my homie? She's got her nose pierced today.
Aww.
Yeah. Very exciting
Fun
times
stuff.
for her. Yeah.
Did
Not
did
paranormal
it
related.
do it? Because otherwise I don't.
Not paranormal related, but I just thought I'd shout out to your nose piercing, Mia.
I look really white. Is that true?
You are very pale, but I'm also, it's partly because of me, I'm thinking.
But she's
because,
extremely tan, and I'm like in
Yeah,
between
we're-
everybody.
Yeah,
I've
we're kinda
been,
similar. All right.
I've been really enjoying the pool life on
just-
Saturdays
I was
at my
just
friend's
curious
house.
because I'm looking at it and I look like I could be a ghost.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Honestly.
not. I'm very.
I got some
I'm a tan
tan.
ghost.
Not as dark
That's okay.
as
I'll be
Kim.
whiter than you for like 2 months of the year. And I got that costume on. That's it.
Oh God. Yeah, this is true.
This is the only time I'm white.
The only time she's normal.
The only time I'm
sort
pale.
Yeah.
of.
Oh yes, porcelain pale white.
Right. What's the other thing? Oh, the Patreon.
Mia just commented too and said compared to everyone, Kim is super tan.
There's the Patreon, and then there's the PayPal thing.
Oh yeah, give us money.
That stuff is in the description.
We got some cool merch, guys. Make sure you get some of that.
Don't mind my cough. It's allergy related. It's stupid. I hate it. Won't go away. So if I die right here, well, I have a place to live.
I guess, yeah, true.
Just
And
finish,
we can still
just
talk to
finish
you.
the episode. Yeah, just
I got
finish
you.
the episode. Yeah.
I'll finish the live and after, and then we'll just summon your spirit.
There you go.
Talk to you on the Ouija board.
There you go.
Alright, cool.
There
Wait,
you go.
we can't
We'll
do the
do
Ouija board in the
fancy
house.
stuff so that I can come through like Casper.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
What else is
Fun
there?
stuff.
So you got the social medias, merch,
Yeah. The workshop.
workshop.
Which is this Wednesday. No,
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Thursday?
The 19th.
The 19th.
Whatever the 19th is. I think it's a Thursday.
Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday, so
No, my mom's birthday's on
that's
Wednesday.
right. That was what it was. That was why I was
Usually
thinking
it's on a
Wednesday.
Wednesday, guys.
Because he was
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
that
it'd be on the 19th. It'd be a
because
Thursday,
your mom's
definitely.
birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to mom if she's watching. Yeah.
It's at 7 o'clock,
7.
and it's about
$10.
it's about $10. Yeah. Yes, $10.
Kim's on a roll
We're
over
we're gonna talk about $10. You get the history behind it,
Yeah.
why they changed it,
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
About
It's
money.
interesting.
We're not
yeah.
gonna talk about the paranormal.
No.
We're gonna
No.
talk about money.
Maybe we'll set up a spirit box next to the $10, and we'll see if it's got anything to say.
You are going to give us money to listen to
Yeah.
Jeff and I talk
It's
about
not
spirit
$10.
boxes. I don't even know how much it costs.
I changed it. I think it's down. I think it's like $7.
What? That's
Yeah.
a bargain.
It is a bargain.
That's crazy.
I know.
Damn. All that knowledge for only $7?
Yeah. I know.
You guys are really missing out if you don't.
But yeah, it's gonna be on spirit boxes, and then the horrible apps.
We hate them, except for one.
I mean, we won't give the name of the good one, but we'll give you the names of the bad ones.
We got you.
And then what else is there? I was just looking at it. Sponsors. If you want to sponsor, just like you saw at the beginning,
Lord Mock.
that could be
Designs.
you. It would also be in the lower third, but I
internet.
don't. Yeah, I don't have it.
We didn't do that
right
today.
now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made our lovely personalized Ouija board, and he has a lot of really cool stuff on his Amazon page, and it's actually really reasonably priced too. So
yeah, I bought a planchette from him.
Yeah, the planchette's really cool, and those ones are like $40, I think.
The planchette?
Yeah.
No, it was only like 15.
20.
15.
Yeah, I've seen him. I think he has like a range of prices, but yeah,
Kim
for sure.
likes the dollar amount.
I
but
like
doesn't
money.
ever know what she's talking about when it comes to dollar amounts. Apparently.
No.
Yeah, that was the planchette itself was 15.
That's an even better deal.
There's a bunch of them, and then he's got pre-made Ouija boards, like pendulum style Ouija boards, pendulum boards, stuff like that. So, and he does customization, so you can contact him. And that's obviously going to cost a little bit more. But if you've seen the Ouija board I had done, which was in the pictures that showed up,
pretty heck sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty badass.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
I
So buy one, and then buy me one too.
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Maybe just put like her picture on.
Just my picture, but the one where I'm wearing the marching band hat.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think you got it all though. I think you did it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a winner today.
Yep. And then make sure that if you're at the paranormal convention, you stop by Lower Michigan Paranormal Society booth.
I'll have some stuff there, but I can't promise like what's gonna be there.
We'll have some things, yeah, for sure. And I'll be walking around being a crazy person.
Is this the same person asking questions?
It's Mia. What's our favorite album?
I can't see the names.
What's your favorite album? Mia wants to know.
Album of what?
Music? I don't know.
Yeah,
what's your music album?
Vague.
80s.
You like just any 80s music, yeah. Jeff likes
oh no, I changed my
Huey
mind.
Lewis.
The Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters soundtrack.
Gotta keep it paranormal.
The soundtrack for Ghostbusters does slap.
Or who you gonna call?
What's
that song?
I really like that's Ray Parker Jr.
Yep.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I like the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. Still somewhat paranormal related.
Yeah,
too.
kind of.
Because vampires. Anna?
I have to say Dead Silence with the puppets.
The music album?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
They
interesting.
do.
Wow, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Sounds spooky and fun. I love that movie.
I don't know what it is.
It's one of my favorite movies, but then just because the whole back to it,
Yeah.
the whole story behind it's so interesting, and that how and yet paranormal can take over dolls and puppets, and so there's that interesting.
See, paranormal related stuff. We did it, guys.
My favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. I knew that.
I said to throw it out there.
I actually did know that.
It's a good movie. Nice trilogy set. You should watch it.
You should. But yeah, Jeff has like a hoverboard and everything.
I do. And I have a lot of stuff that you can't see right now.
He's a nerd. So yeah,
I am, Kim.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I like it.
I know.
But yeah, there's the random question from me. But hey, we're answering all the questions.
In a paranormal related way.
No, right? Yeah, we're gonna try to make it paranormal if we can.
We'll try our best on those. Not everything.
I mean, everything can be paranormal.
Right? Try hard enough.
Yep. But yeah, so what was it? Last month?
What about it?
What was it?
When was what?
When I went to that investigation.
Oh, I don't know. That was a couple weeks ago, right?
So which one was it? I thought you went to
When you went to Indiana.
No, it was the beginning of this month.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You've been to a couple different things.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So yeah,
so we went to Indiana. I'm not gonna disclose the location because there was some stuff I didn't like about it.
Gotcha. That's professional.
And I don't want. I mean, and it's probably the owners who have it now. It's probably not on them at all. It's probably the guy who owned it before. But they had found some bones buried underneath the house.
Mm-hmm.
And after getting them tested and figuring out that it was a female, possibly a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's at least been 100 years at that point.
Wow.
They had the option, because they didn't have to do anything, so the option of putting them back where they found them or giving them a burial of some kind.
Right.
Well, they put them back in the house, which, okay, but if they're, trapped there, they, don't want to be there.
Right.
But not only did they put him back in the house, or he, if it was the original owner,
Right,
I'm
right,
assuming it was, he built a wall around it to block off the area, and then he put a little see-through window there.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird when you were telling me about it, but
I don't
it's
like
cool
that.
at one point. But
it's interesting if you just wanted to see in there and see like where it was found, but to put the bones
or put
back,
like a fake skeleton.
Yeah.
And say like this is a replica
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
But I would have. I think they should have not done that.
I just hope it's not trapped there now.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful.
I agree, and I also agree with Anna, like what you said too, because that could trap it more. The spirit.
I mean, you could have, even if it was just in the backyard, you could have easily just gave the little girl a burial. We found out it was a little girl the burial, and just said a couple things, and maybe she could, if she wanted to stay there, she could stay there, or she just go and do whatever she wanted. She wouldn't be stuck there if that's the case. But yeah, the house was cool. I don't know if I got anything, like nothing really happened when we were there.
Right.
At least not to me, not when I was around. But that's a proven thing.
That's the thing.
But yeah, that was the thing I didn't like. And I don't think, not because of that, but I don't think I'd go back there anymore.
Right.
I don't know.
It's
I'm kind of tired of going to places, going to places that are on TV are fun, but that they're so overdone.
Over
everybody wants to go there that,
everybody wants to go to Bobby Mackey's or like all these famous places. Penhurst.
I would like to go to some of them just because they're cool buildings and I'd like to see, but they get overdone so fast that.
No,
and it tires out the spirits too, because even we've noticed that. When at the places we investigate frequently, we have to kind of give them a break.
Yeah. Yep. And when I went to New York and we were at the what was it called? Wildwoods Sanatorium. Listening, live after asking questions, it was just get out. Every question, every answer was get out, and he wasn't mean about it. Yeah. He was just, you could tell
like sick of your shit, basically.
Just tell that everybody's been there, and he would just be like, get out. Or he would sound angry, but not really. He's just trying to be like, get out. And then there would be times, because he'd said it so much, he'd just be like, oh, get out.
It's like you, if you were a ghost.
And I think it was, and unless I go through and I bump stuff up and I can hear stuff, there was only like maybe 2 or 3 times where I actually heard something live. It wasn't like I had to bump it up. Like there was actually like a quick answer to a question that was asked. But yeah, it was get out. I don't know. I'm gonna count how many get outs there were. There was a lot.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, when you do the video, have like a counter at the bottom.
Yeah, it will be quite interesting.
Yeah, for
it was a cool place. Again, I've talked about it on here already. I think I did, about the whole issue, or not issue, I guess, but how the production company handled, going to that place so they could investigate it.
Yeah.
It was such a letdown. I was like, I'm glad this show's not on anymore.
Yeah.
Watch it. But I do have a sweet idea.
What is it?
I'm not going to mention because I don't want people to take my idea.
I got it. Okay,
gotcha.
Cool. You can tell me another time.
But it'll be pretty sweet.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I think it'd be cool.
I'm
just
excited
saying.
because you're excited.
I am. I just have to be able to go do it.
Yeah. Mia has a question.
All
she
right.
does,
Since we have a minute of a break here, she wants to know what dowsing rods are made of.
Good ones are made of copper.
I've seen them made out of sticks.
Yeah, that was back then, and that was like a water thing. I don't understand that.
They say it still works. They say that even if you get like an old school dowsing rod, they will still work. But obviously the copper metal ones with the nice tube for them to spin.
Yeah.
I agree. Those are the boring ones.
The ones I have. I mean, they help conduct energy better.
They make your hands smell weird, but
I mean, it smells like copper.
The metal.
You might as well.
Smells like you've been holding pennies.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got the same
pennies
dousing
dousing rods.
so.
Right.
Those are nice ones because I've got the same.
And if you guys have questions anytime, honestly, go ahead and
don't be afraid to ask, guys.
We'll get to it as soon as we come to like a natural break in the conversation, unless it has to do with what we're specifically talking about. That you have a question about like something one of us said, and then we'll try to answer it as quickly as we can.
Don't interrupt me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a cool idea on that. I think it'd be pretty sweet.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, but that place, I mean, the place was cool. I don't know if I got anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody there was like, as soon as they walked in, like a couple things happened to them. And then, you know, they're like, oh man, like I feel sick or this.
Some people just want that so bad.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I know,
no offense if they're watching.
But, you know, they're just like different rooms, like different things. And you could tell, like, one room, like, people were getting cranky.
Oh, interesting.
And then they were like, well, it happened to you too. I was like, no, it didn't. And they were like, yeah, because, you know, EVPs, you have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait for, give it some time to answer. Well, and you know, I shouldn't have. I was just waiting, and as soon as I asked my question, and we made up, we're friends again. But I was like, you got to give it time. You know, like I didn't snap, but I snapped. But only because it irritates me when that happens. So they're like, oh, it
and
affected.
They're all experienced.
Yeah, and it was like
that.
It affected you too. I'm like.
That's just
no,
Jeff.
I take. I'm like,
that's just normal
I'm
Jeff
like,
stuff.
that just irritates
just
me.
a damn it Kim
you
situation,
know,
and I wasn't there.
And you know, I could tell that. I mean, she looked like she was like really upset, like she was about to cry, and I was like, I'm like, no, it's nothing like on you. It was just like it irritates me. So I was like, here, let me give you a hug, and everything will be fine. And then it was.
Good. Well, that's good.
But that seemed to be like the only, and people were cranky. I'm sitting here just
well,
like.
It's also you guys were in the car all day and up super late, and
actually we weren't up that late.
You know, so.
But no, I mean this was near the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and it wasn't even that. Like everybody was cheery, everything, you know.
Good.
Blah,
Okay.
blah,
Well then, yeah.
But yeah, in this one room, and it was just like.
Interesting then. Very interesting.
And they were like, yeah, like you know, just like blah blah blah, and then you know, I feel like you know this when I walk in here, and everybody either had this kind of the same or just you know different, and I was like, room, because they were on like the property. Like we just pulled up, and a couple of them were like, man, like I'm got like some anxiety or something going on, and I got out and I looked at the house. I'm like, it's the house in the yard. I mean, that's me, and they know it.
Right.
Like, they're like, well, you're you. You don't. I'm like, yeah.
But
I mean, that stuff doesn't like, influence me.
You know, really easy to dismiss people when they say they don't feel something by saying, "Oh, that's you," and it's true. You don't usually sense things, but we have had experiences where you have, and that's really dismissive of like people feeling are not.
Oh, it wasn't like they were like.
Well,
oh
but you know what I'm saying. Though, at the same time, like your feelings and you feeling nauseous after being in the car for 4 hours is not evidence.
Right.
Like you just got out of the car that you've been in all day. Of course, you're gonna feel weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Oh, hello, somebody, Van Drendy Ulf. Sorry if I did not say that correctly.
You probably didn't.
I probably didn't, and I'm sorry about that. Hello, though. Welcome. If you have questions anytime, feel free to ask.
Oh my god.
It just popped up on mine. Mine's a little late.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I think yours is like a little bit behind mine.
It is.
But
Yeah.
earlier yours was ahead of mine. Close
Yeah, it's
enough.
weird, but.
Well, at least she was close.
I guess,
mean,
I tried,
yeah.
but you never know. So.
But yeah, I just that place. It was cool. It was kind of neat.
Well, that's my like about going like on these longer trips is like I would hate to spend all that time and money, and it's just like nothing. Like I don't know. Like
yeah.
And I know I've never been on one. I've never actually only been on one investigation with the larger team, just because of scheduling.
Yeah.
But it was closer, so. You know,
Yeah, they're talking about going back there. I was like, I'll do that one.
I would do that again. I like that place.
That place was cool. That's where it was just like things were popping in my head in that one room.
Absolutely, and that was fun.
Kim was standing in a pregnant pose in that one section.
That was
like,
fun.
I was like, Why
I can't
are
wait
you
to go back to
standing
that.
pregnant, Kim?
Yeah,
I
that was
will
weird.
say that one's definitely worth going back to. 'Cause I really
Yeah,
wanna
that
go
would
back.
be cool for sure. So hopefully we can.
I like that one.
And then Kim still gotta go to the other one that you and I went to.
I do need
She
to go to
didn't-
that, to the Detroit.
The one I couldn't go in
Oh,
through the
the
room until
precinct?
you went through it. The door was.
Yeah.
Because
the
I'm curious
precinct.
what would happen this time.
Right.
Because
Absolutely,
of
I
that, what
would
had
love that.
happened the first time.
Some of these places that.
You can't go through it until I do it.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it again.
So definitely, for sure, and hopefully we get some more good, like maybe, obviously I don't really have time before season, but after season maybe they'll have some
I
more
hope we have
local
something,
stuff, that,
yes.
since people aren't going to want to drive out of state.
No.
Right.
Especially with the weather and everything.
The
with our
sucky
four
part though is a lot of
seasons,
times
you
it's
name
like
it,
the
so.
good stuff is during haunt season.
It
Yep.
always seems to be, yeah.
I know.
And I know we're all
Like,
busy
the
with that,
weekends and
so.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
they're
the ghosts are around all year round, is what everyone
Yeah.
to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Where are
never.
we from? Oh, we live in Michigan. We're right now in we're kind of based out of the Mount Morris area, which is just outside of Flint.
Yeah, you have to throw Flint in, otherwise.
Yeah.
Really not.
I just don't like to say that we're in
They're-
Flint. Like
they're
people would be
like-
like, "We're from Flint."
I
I'm
know.
like, "You're not from
I
Flint."
did do that when I went to work at the new place. They're like, "Well, where's that?" I'm like, "By Flint."
Yeah, they go,
Oh.
"Ooh, yeah."
Yeah, Flint.
So we're all live in different areas, but yeah, our home base
Mhm.
is like Mount Morris, Flint area.
And the
So yeah,
great
we're
state of Michigan.
yeah, we'll drive to
Because we
different
can do
places,
this
obviously.
to point to
We live
places
here.
We tried, yeah.
on the map. It's fantastic.
Mhm.
And then people, I've run into it. People don't understand why you do that. I'm
Oh,
like,
he's
well,
in Port Huron. Very
oh,
cool.
okay. And it'd be like, maybe you should look at a map.
Just think about
Go
how
back,
Michigan is
go back
shaped.
to like first, second grade. I don't know. I mean, because I
Very
don't know.
cool.
I mean, because you can almost do it like this too.
Yeah,
almost.
you could.
So
for sure.
was we're that kind
Oh.
of state.
Yeah.
But back to not talking about school and the myth stuff.
Get it, get it.
I don't remember.
You were talking about the investigations that you've been on.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
We were all
and
together
then
last.
The
Yeah.
one in Ohio, which was May, I think.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, May. Yeah, because June. Yeah, so because me and Michelle kind of talked about it, but not a whole lot because she kept interrupting me because she's rude.
You guys were talking about her garage door for a while
I
too.
know. I know. It was all over the place.
I was
that
like,
day.
"What's going on?"
Yeah, it was all.
And then
over
my
the
signal
place.
went bye, and I was like, "Oh well."
Yeah, there was confusion because she was like, "Oh, I thought I was a guest." I was like, "Host." I said guest host,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh." She's like, "I thought it was gonna be about me." No, Michelle. It's not
Typical.
about you
Sounds like
this time.
Michelle. Yeah.
Not about
I
you
love
this
her.
time.
She's hilarious. Definitely go visit her if you're in the area. Wicked's place on the lake,
On the moon.
on the moon. Wicked's place on the moon.
I had just recently
in
been there.
Lapeer. She's in Lapeer.
Yep.
Look her up on Facebook.
Yeah.
She's not sponsored, but she's a dear friend of ours, so go
She
support her.
is.
She should
And
sponsor
I just
her.
got some new stuff from her, so
Very
I'm happy.
exciting.
If she's watching, you need a sponsor.
If you are watching,
I'm
we
tired
love
of
you.
promoting your shit for free.
And then definitely, if you see her posts about psychic fairs, Jeff's usually at those
Yep.
if
Yep.
his schedule allows. So stop by and say hi.
Yep, they're outside too.
They're outside, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
nice in
Until-
the summer.
Until I think October, then they're back inside.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, so Monroe. I'm trying to remember what
Mysterious Monroe House. No?
Oh
Making
no,
up
the
shit
Williams County Jail. That's what it
Williams
was.
County
Ohio, Williams County Jail.
now. Mm-hmm.
That was okay too.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Like actually, there we heard a few noises here and there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We oddly enough at the beginning when they were showing us around, there was it looked like a hatch to a truck, like a pickup truck.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was. I mean, it resembled it as some
Right.
plastic thing. I don't know what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
And it was leaning up against the wall, you know. And they're like, "Well, let's start out this way." And I was kind of like one of the last couple people in that line of whatever.
Makes sense.
And you know, I had noticed that because I was like, "Well, watch, I'll knock this over," because I was kind of close to it, and you know, I didn't, thankfully.
Yeah, nice.
So we were upstairs. They were showing us around, telling us a little bit, you know, of each room and this and that. And then we come downstairs. You can't really hear anything. Like
Okay.
downstairs to upstairs, like you can yell all you want, and unless they're in a specific spot compared to where you're at, you're not really gonna hear them. And even then, it's kind of
wow.
a shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So we come back down, and the one of the people who were showing us around, she was like, "Was this on the floor?"
Mm-hmm.
And for a second, I was looking. I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That was on the floor when we got here." And then I got a closer look as to what it was, and I was like, "Oh no, that was leaning up against the wall."
Because it was. I was worried about knocking over.
It was because it was leaning like this, like 45, so it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't gonna fall unless somebody pushed it. Mm-hmm. And that thing, it wasn't slid down, like it had been pushed over like that, flipped, and we didn't hear it. Everybody was upstairs, so it was interesting. And yeah, there was a few noises. It sucked though when we were there because around, what was it? Around, I don't know, it was like 11 or midnight or something. I think it was around 11. I don't know what they were doing, was practicing or doing whatever, but they started launching fireworks and it was super close. I would say within a quarter of a mile.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, you could feel the boom.
Oh, jeez.
In there, and we literally had to stop because there was no point doing anything, you know, audio wise, because you could not hear anything. And I tried, and I was just like, no, fuck, this is dumb. And so you're like, well, it can't last very long. And then they shoot them all off like a finale, and I'm like, we're done.
No.
Quiet time for maybe a minute, and then they're launching them singly again, and then they're doing another finale.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're going on like when Chad seems like he's done, and then he's
it might be like the mid-section, and then again.
It literally was like 45 minutes to an hour. We just couldn't do anything. We were just sitting there bullshitting. Yeah. So we were doing that, and then near the end, we started to do like the Ouija board stuff, which was interesting. We were talking to a couple of them. One of them was being an ass, so we had to try and be like, nope, stop it, you're done. And then I did throw out both places. I threw out my my light board.
Nothing.
Not a fucking thing.
One of these days.
I know.
One of these days, my friend.
Motherfuck. I thought for sure this other place. No, nothing.
Our person whose name I'm not going to try to butcher again wants to know if we've ever been to the Battlefield Raisin, which I looked up to see what that was. River Raisin National Battlefield Park in Monroe. And they do interpretation and reenactments for the War of 1812.
No, but I've heard about it.
That sounds really cool. I've never, if you need to cough. I've never, I mean, I've probably heard of it before,
Why
but
did you pause it?
I didn't.
Oh, I was like, your pause is not gonna.
No, I was opening the different screens, and when it comes back on, it's automatically paused.
I just saw that it was paused, and I'm like, me coughing is not gonna stop the audio.
No.
All right,
that
making
was
sure we're on
because
the same
I was changing the apps, because I had to look up what that was so I could see if it was someplace I had been, because sometimes I don't remember the name of the place or somebody calls it something different, and I'm like, oh, I have been there actually. But no, I've never been there. That sounds really cool. I have to maybe go check that out.
I've heard about it.
That sounds interesting.
It definitely, from what I've heard, and I think it was on an episode of something. And not that you can, always believe it.
Right.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of stuff that potentially happens there. Especially around the time, I think, when the war was taking place. So it would be interesting to go around that time.
Absolutely, because I know that when I went to Gettysburg when I was a kid, it would always be more active around the anniversaries. So that to me makes a lot of sense.
He has some more stuff.
Oh, cool.
There's dead soldiers still buried there, I believe. We went there a few years ago and didn't get anything.
Lots of them really didn't get anything, but that's really cool.
I mean, it happens though.
So there's a possibility that there could be something.
I would, and usually places like that are kept for like reenactments and kept correct to the period are such like trigger objects for the dead.
Yeah.
So they just kind of hang out there, even if they weren't, like, even if it's not original, they could build a replica and it then becomes haunted. Like,
true.
Mac and I went to the fort on Mackinac last summer, and I talked about it on the live, but Ron and Bubba and I all got like the same kind of feeling.
Yeah, you're saying like a
in the side, like a gut shot or something.
Yeah.
And then we found out, of course, that a lot of people have thought about it. We didn't find out. We thought about it, and we're like, think of how many people got shot here. Like, I don't want to push too much, but for all of us to get the same at the same time,
Right.
Yeah.
It was really weird. So like that's probably around the same thing, like where it's like they remember it.
Right.
You know, so they're still hanging out. Like, I'm still here, homies. I'm still
Right.
here ready to fight this war. If you need me, I got you.
whether they know they're hanging out or not,
Right.
you know. But no, like, it would be interesting to go
Definitely
to for sure.
a future, put it on our list of places to go that keeps going longer and longer.
It's not getting smaller, it's only getting bigger.
I know, it seems
It
like
really is.
all the time we're like, more places to go.
Part of the problem is, I don't know if you want to call it problem. We have the haunt season, guys, so we do that. So that takes a couple months out of what we can actually also do.
Yeah.
Then we got winter, and we don't want to freeze our asses off
Absolutely.
either. So
For winter, I would like to
done it.
see some indoor locations, if possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she doesn't have her stupid noise.
Graveyards aren't bad
do you
though
want me to
because
water your eyes?
they're usually kind of well maintained, so
Yeah.
graveyards in the winter aren't terrible.
No.
As long as the snow's not too deep and the ice isn't too bad.
Right.
We do have that one that we need to check out. And I was actually out there, on my way home this past Friday, and I was almost tempted to stop, but I was by myself. So.
Where was that?
One.
Oakwood.
The
I
one
was
where
on
we couldn't.
Oakwood Road, and I really wanted to go, but
Is that the one with the hill
Yes.
where you can like?
Oh, the
like-
one where you can roll your car.
Yeah,
no, that's something
something
else.
else.
That's a different
else.
one.
I want to go there.
I know.
We
We
still gotta
tried
go
to go
there.
there one day and we couldn't find it.
Yeah.
We gotta try to re-find that other one we went out to.
The
and we couldn't find it.
witch one or whatever.
Warlock's Grave.
Warlock's Grave,
Yeah,
that's what it
I was
is.
thinking about that
Warlock's
too.
Grave.
Yeah, for sure.
This
So
is getting
far
more
behind
where we
on
could
stuff,
find it.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I knew where it was at. It was just rainy and it was.
And it was
I didn't
too
want to make the
overgrown,
walk just
too,
yet.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't want to make the walk.
I was so tempted because I was like right there, where I could just
Right.
turn down the road, and I know it was just so many feet. But I was by myself, and I'm like, it's probably not the
Maybe
safest.
not, yeah.
You know, like this stuff, you guys, you want to make
You
sure
have to
there's
be.
one other
You do
person,
have to
honestly.
keep safety in mind.
Man up.
Well, especially for women,
Hey!
it's scarier.
Don't get racist now!
That wasn't racist. It would have been.
Sexist.
It would have been
Sexist, sorry.
sexist, but.
My
But
brain's
yeah,
all off
that's-
today, guys.
I get it. Like, I don't know. I haven't really been doing anything too spooky lately,
I
except for at
haven't
work.
either.
So I don't really have any cool stuff to share. Like Jeff's been all like places.
Jeff's the only one that's
I've been
been.
at work, but work is haunted. So
Right. Yeah.
I've
we
been.
do get like Rebecca and I are still hearing the same stuff we always do. The doors, the dragging,
Okay.
people talking. Or I got her butt touched
Any
last
doppelgangers
week.
lately?
We
or?
have not, although I did have a conversation with somebody that they don't remember having with me. So it's possible.
Oh, wow.
Either that
Okay.
or they just weren't really paying attention and I
Okay.
thought they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so just regular haunted house
Yeah.
things, nothing too scary.
Yeah. I mean,
Nothing happens when I'm there.
No.
I've been
It's
mainly
like, fuck
at
it, we're
work.
done
They've
for the
had us
day.
working
Yeah.
a lot of hours again, guys.
time
So
limits.
unfortunately, with all the stress and everything,
Wow.
I've not been able to
The ghosts are
be
like,
there.
time to quit
Oh,
when Jeff
I
walks
know.
up.
I did
I
have
know.
I've been up at the haunt when I can be lately, and I did have a little bit happening today actually in my room. So that was kind of interesting.
They're
It was just
saying,
like, okay,
"Welcome
what
back."
you guys doing?
They're all saying, welcome back. They're going to be really
As
excited
much
to
as
see
I love
everybody in a
being
couple
there,
weeks.
I like to sometimes
Will they,
have
though?
them be a little bit more active. So
No, the haunt is going to be excited to see
I
people.
know.
Yeah.
Will they though?
Yeah.
I think
why
they're
not?
probably
hi, Booba.
re-energizing.
Hi, Bubba.
Hi, Bubba. You don't have to eat alone because we're here.
If I had my buttons with me, I could button
Oh, you don't
something
have,
for
you
you.
don't have the
Yeah,
fun
no
button.
Bubba
I
button
don't.
today.
Bummer.
I
That's
don't.
okay. That's okay.
It's
We
all
good.
still fireworks,
I'm not using
fireworks,
the same.
fireworks,
I'm not using the same
fireworks.
And I might
program
have
that
had.
I can use on my phone. I'm
Right.
going back to the other one
There
because
might have
that
been
lets
something
me
at work that
connect.
happened too recently.
really?
A little bit. I was a little surprised. All of a sudden, I was like the only one there still or something. It was weird. I see maybe like a quick motion thing fly by, and I'm like, okay, I'm the only one in here. What the heck's going
Right.
on? So I think I probably did see maybe a little something or feel something in there, which is kind of rare for my workplace, but that's okay.
I mean,
know,
factories, when you
spookiness.
think about it, dangerous, people die there.
Yeah, the only
you
thing
know.
is, it is a brand new factory.
Oh, it doesn't
though. That's what I'm saying. It's not like
It doesn't matter.
the bad one's a new one, but who knows? Maybe the ground.
It could be from something else too, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to
so.
say. It could be anything. I mean, we've got a lot of new people coming.
Because I mean,
going.
our building was a fucking furniture store, but it's haunted. So.
True.
Well, but there was a
It's
tornado
good
that
haunt.
ripped through too,
True.
and
It's a lot of times you don't think about those buildings though when you're trying to think of like haunted locations. People are
Right.
always like, ooh, like a castle, like a
yeah,
spooky mansion.
But it's
or
not
whatnot,
necessarily. It
like
could be grounds
an
or
old
just
furniture
factory.
store.
Well, just like Oakwood, that's why I want to explore that because apparently it used to be more of a town there, and there's not anymore. But there's that graveyard there. Yeah, so I'm kind of like, that's what I was tempted to, the other day to go because I was right down the road from it, but I'm like, no.
What time of day was it?
Dude, it was on my way home from the
from guest acting.
guest acting.
She was on the way back.
So
it was
like
1:00 in the morning.
No, more like 2 a.m.
Man.
He says, this is our new friend says, I've been out of the paranormal for 8 years. Had a bad experience happen in 2013. I'm clairvoyant, so I had to step back for a while.
What?
Unfortunately, sometimes, yeah, that does happen.
What happened?
Yeah, if you're comfortable sharing, we
Yeah,
wouldn't mind.
if you don't mind, we'd like to.
But yeah, I get it. There's been people that I've talked to or whatever that have kind of had to do the same thing, and if you have to do it for your safety sometimes.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
you just, get too drained or whatever. You got to be careful sometimes. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for sure.
Drink of iced
Yeah,
tea.
drink your tea.
Yeah, definitely.
Drink your tea, my friend. It's good for your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yup.
What else did we want to talk about?
There was something. Oh.
He's like,
so-
this is a long story.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I get it.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you want a message or something,
Yeah, say if you
Yeah, you
feel
can
like
just
it.
message
I'd like to
page.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, if not,
It would be
something-
interesting to hear, just for our own well-beings and
Yeah.
everything too.
So,
So the team went to
my hair's so
Can't-
crazy right now.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like an old like battleship submarine thing that's
Ooh.
Bay City.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to know somebody that worked there.
So they went.
And
to
that's a
that.
haunted house during season 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They were able to get the whole thing to them for the night, and
Yeah.
they stayed there. And they said they had a lot of weird shit happening.
I've heard some
And
crazy
I was like,
stories, yeah.
couldn't go to that one. It was too much. I
Yeah,
just couldn't
it's
do
kind
it.
of expensive.
I already owe
No shade, no
a couple
shade.
of them some money, so I was like, no, I'm like that's too rich for my
Yeah.
blood. But it sounded really cool.
I like how
said
they
that
didn't
had
post
a lot-
anything about that for the group at
I
large.
didn't really see it. That's
But
something.
I don't.
I'm not going to get into the politics
what
of
it
the
is.
group,
I
but
don't know.
still.
I've just
that's,
I get messages.
Because I was gonna say I missed that one completely, and I've been trying to keep up when I can, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is
I
what
don't.
it is.
They
Yeah.
messaged me to let me know.
I try to do my best. You guys know this.
Yeah. But there was nothing about that.
Jeez.
There was nothing posted about that for the group at large because
but-
I might have considered going to find out how much it was.
It was 70.
It's not terrible,
No,
I guess, for
yeah.
overnight, but
Yeah, I'm broke.
I get it. You don't have that right now.
But yeah, apparently there was a lot of stuff going on, and I was a little disappointed that I couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, "Yeah, there was this one. I can't remember if it was a hatch or like a crawl space or something like that. But you had to climb down a ladder, and they were like, "Yeah, none of us wanted to do it."
Oh wow.
And they're like, and before they could finish, I'm like, "I'd have done it."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we know. We
The only reason
wanted
I
you there
didn't go
to do
down
that."
into the basement at the place that we were when we were pulling things out of that building that I don't want to say the name of.
Oh yeah.
The only reason I didn't go down in that hatch on the floor is it didn't look safe.
Mm.
Like, because you and I went back and forth about whether we were going to go down there a couple times.
Yeah.
We were like, let's go in there and see. But then we looked at the ladder and it was like basically like some boards nailed together.
Yeah.
And we were just like, no, we're good actually. Thank you.
Yeah, I was kind of
don't want
afraid
to
I
break
wasn't
myself. I'm not
gonna
scared of
do
the
it.
ghosts. I'm scared of hurting myself.
Yeah.
I also
Because that building was also
see. I stuck
extremely
my
haunted.
head down there,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of cobwebs.
Oh, there's
and
that.
I was like, no.
Probably no reason to go down there then. We're good.
No,
We're good.
Good.
That place was. I forgot about that too. About the experiences we had there, or like when we went.
See, I didn't have anything
You
there.
didn't. Yeah.
I did. Well, the only thing I had happen, and I thought Riley was being a dick, is a screw was thrown, and it
I
didn't
don't know,
hit me.
We were on the opposite side.
Yeah,
of the
it didn't hit me. It wasn't really close, but it was just like a, like a ding, and you could kind of hear it. And I couldn't find it on the ground,
Yeah.
but I saw it, and I know it hit. And yeah, I thought Riley threw it. I was like, I yelled. I was like, Riley.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you throwing shit at me? Well, no, I didn't. I'm like, bullshit, you didn't. I'm like, you just threw a screw at me or in my direction.
Yeah.
You guys were like way over there, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we were like on the opposite side of the building, and Jeff's like, "Stop throwing shit at me," and I'm like, "Jeff, we're not anywhere near you, homie."
I mean, it was like a screw like that size. Thanks.
Okay.
It was like that's super right there. Oh my god, my cough. But yeah, it was like a screw that size, and it just comes and it's like tink because I was trying to take down that car and the thing, whatever. And yeah, I was just like,
that's a good size screw too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that place was interesting. When we were go upstairs to take a break or whatever, because we didn't want to necessarily be like sitting in the street. But there you have a nice second story that they were turning into apartments. And there was a missing window, so we kind of would just go sit by that window for a minute to try to like cool off, chill out, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were also taking stuff down from the second story to take back to our place.
Gotcha.
And Rebecca and I was up there by myself working on something, and I thought I heard a dog. So I turned and I was like, okay, that was just street noise. It was an animal, because you look right out onto the street, like it's in downtown of the city that we were in. Gotcha. So it was relatively busy traffic-wise. So I was like, okay, let me write this off. Okay. And then Rebecca and Natalie both heard it also.
Oh, wow.
And then later in the day, actually, and Natalie heard it, and then like Rebecca heard it again like an hour later. None of us told each other until a couple hours after. And I was like, oh, we must have brought like the dog ghost with us today because I thought I heard a dog. And Rebecca was like, what did you just say? And Natalie was like, what? And I thought they were like being silly at first. And they were like, no, we both heard that too. And she's like, Natalie heard it and told me to come upstairs with her because she thought there was a dog trapped.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had the screw. That was it. Other than that,
do you think it could have been from ours, Ray?
No, I think it was there. And because we did some spirit box, and we got actually a lot of like unfamiliar voices.
Yeah.
Like not the same old ones that we've heard all the time. Which
stop trying to hold my hand.
No, it's always that's why it was nice also to kind of like reinforce on the app a little bit that it is a little different. At this location, we're not just getting the same responses.
Yeah.
And then my music was doing that thing too, where it does the warping.
Yeah.
And I slightly heard that, but I wasn't paying attention.
Dude, it was so bad. I forgot the other day. I think I told you about this. The day that just Rebecca and I were there and we cleaned the employee area. I put my speaker on instead of using Amazon Music. I was using Sirius to try to do an experiment to see if it would still warp. And it didn't all day. It was very quiet, right? I go home and I go to take a shower and I have like a little speaker in my bathroom so I can listen to music while I take a shower, right? And so I plug my phone in, I get the speaker going, and I'm getting ready to take a shower and I'm standing in the door talking at the door like that little like hallway in my apartment, talking to Bubba. Being like, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower. Do you need the bathroom or anything? Basically, and the music is going slow, speed up. Like
which one was it on?
Record player. It was on Amazon.
It was on Amazon. Okay.
So I was like, okay, whatever. It did it the whole time. I was in the shower. The whole time. I mean, I don't take like super long showers because like there's not a lot to maintain.
Right.
But
5 minutes.
I'm good. I'm in and out unless I'm like just enjoying the water or whatever. We're super dirty. But it's like I was like, what the fuck? And Bubba was like, that was the scariest. He was just out in the living room like playing on his computer or something, and he's like, that's what you're talking about? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's so fucking weird, dude. Right? And it was the whole. I forget what song was playing, but he was like, that's the scariest version of that song I've ever heard. I was like, yeah, I know, right? Because I kept waiting for it to, like, stop. And it never did it the whole time.
Ask you, what was Bean's reaction?
Bean didn't really seem to care.
Okay.
Well, he was just like...
I know pets can be... Yeah. Because I'm always watching art,
Bean was just looking at me like, oh, hey, Mom, how's it going? Yeah. Like, when I came out of the bathroom, he was sitting up there in the hallway. And he was just like... Okay. Moving on with his day. And I was like, okay, this is weird, dude. So I turned it off and, went on with my day or whatever. But it's never been that bad. It's the worst ever. for like like a 10-minute shower or whatever.
I never had that happen with my Amazon app at all.
And when I made a post on Facebook asking people if this has happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So if this has happened to any of you guys, feel free to chime in. Or if you've heard of somebody this happening to other than me. I had a couple people comment and say that it happens occasionally when they listen to Amazon Music, but not to the level that I was talking about. Okay. Because I was like, how long? Like, what's it? And they're like, oh, it'll just be really quick. And I'm like, no, it'll be like a whole day. Like,
wow.
That it'll be not every song, but it'll be every now and then, or like sometimes if one of us says a certain thing, it'll kind of go. And I'm like,
it's weird.
Yeah, like she said, somebody's name who's asked us before not to mention his name on these things. And it immediately was like,
oh my god.
And she was like, oh. I was like, ooh.
I've never had that happen, and I use it all the time when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Mostly when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Or
so I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Mowing the yard.
And then I was at in the pool yesterday listening to music and nothing. Like nothing.
And you had the Amazon thing going.
And I had Amazon music going.
Okay.
So it only happened. It never happened anywhere except for the haunt until it happened at the other place that we were at, the other house that we were clearing out.
So do you think you may have brought some back?
I don't know. And it was so weird. I was like, I don't normally take things with me.
Yeah.
And I've been told before that like nothing travels with me at all. So I don't know. Like it was kind of.
I'd be curious to find out.
Because I'm always like, you guys, the haunted house ghosts. They stay at the haunted house usually. Like they don't want to leave.
Mm-hmm. Most of Emily comes over here.
Yeah.
So.
But like the rest of them, like they just kind of want to be there, so they've never followed me home ever. So, but I don't think anything followed from there. But I think maybe we have a couple new spirits at the haunt because of that place.
I would expect we would, just because now we brought new things
into
the
more
haunt.
haunted items.
So we have
and things that are charged with such energy from the haunted house itself. Yeah. And that's why I think that a lot of haunts are haunted because of the like energy charge and the stuff that we do in there is weird. And we have so many antiques and haunted objects.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know, that's made me think about shit when you buy it at a garage. Or
it's made
or
me...
like,
okay,
my
just
mom
like my
would
little...
get me stuff at estate
sales.
sales.
What I got attached to me, same thing.
I'm like, I kind of, if I ever go, I'm just going to take shit with me and be like, I got to test this out before I buy it.
Yeah. I got to use don't mind me, I'm going to be over ghost hunting at your garage sale.
I don't need anything to come home with me.
No, you got enough.
I have enough, but in a good way.
Right. That's the same with us. I'm like, we're good, but hey, we're always adding new members to this weird family because we're still somehow like, because when haunted houses go out of business, who else are they going to sell to their stuff?
It's
They're not going to sell it
to
like some guy on the street unless he's into that kind of thing. So they go to other haunt owners or haunts and say, hey, could you buy, like, I'm trying to sell, do you want my stuff? And we go, here's money, and then we have to go get it. So it's like, it's kind of a weird little like thing that we do as a community that most people don't think about, is we try to like recycle other people's items and give them a new life. And sometimes we bring old life.
Yeah, I was gonna take a K2 meter for sure. That's what I was thinking too. We're
absolutely.
on the same thought process.
That's what I was just thinking too. Like you're there with your K2, or like the thing from Ghostbusters. With my uncle thought he was Saint Jerome.
I'll just wear my vest. I'll have everything.
Yeah, there you go. Just wear your ghost hunting vest.
I remember that when we went to Indiana. I know. I just happened to look up as I was gathering stuff, and I was like, my fucking vest. Yes.
Yeah. Jeff, for those of you that haven't watched it, Jeff has like a tactical vest.
Yeah, it's
that I think was originally like intended for sport. Or
it was like a hunting
fishing
vest.
Or hunting.
Yeah.
And he put
I think it was a fishing.
The equipment in the giant pockets that they give you for like all your.
I have to
sport gear.
Somehow label them because I can never fucking remember where I put it.
Yeah, that's fair. Slimer. That.
Yeah. It's almost like his K2 meter. Yeah. I think his is cooler though.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, that's something you don't think about all the time. But even that lady that you have helped before, remember you were telling me about the mirror or whatever. Like you never know. Like Or whatever that was that you put in the box to cleanse it.
Oh, the plate.
Plate, that's what it
Plate.
was.
I was like, what?
Not a mirror, a plate. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Joseph Smith, the Mormon guy. But yeah, that like you would think of something so innocuous like a plate.
Yeah.
Is haunted.
Yeah,
like,
and
okay.
Yeah, so.
You never know what it might
You
be.
never
A
really
teacup
do.
or something.
Yeah,
You don't know.
I haven't gone garage selling in a while.
I haven't gotten
but
a chance. Yeah, it's been
my
sad.
mom usually goes, and she's like, well, what do you want me to, if I see something, and I would tell her, and then I'm starting to think, I should go with you. Like, I should go with you so I can make
Just be
sure
like,
I'm not bringing anything back.
Right.
Well, that's what happened to me the one
And
time.
then,
I
or just take some sage and sage
Just
it.
like, don't mind me saging your garage sale.
Right.
That's not weird at all.
There was one house that was getting rid of all this Halloween stuff. It was like a garage sale or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went with one of my old coworkers. Me and her went together. And this one thing, like, little animatronic guy that I seen, I don't know why. I just had this feeling like I should grab him.
You need it, yeah.
That sixth sense, like, you should grab me.
Mm-hmm.
Took him home, brought him up to show some other friends, and they're like, all of a sudden they could tell too there's something attached to this.
They're like,
I'm like, oh
shit.
but it's okay. He comes with me all the time.
Yeah.
He's with me, one of my favorite ones. So
Well, there you go. You got a new
it was a
friend.
good thing, and he's a nice one. So
Well, that's the preferable ones that are
yeah.
gonna
We don't want the bad
follow
ones.
you around.
So
Doesn't
the
cause
headache
shit
ones.
in other people's houses.
It doesn't cause problems, yeah. So,
I can't help that.
No.
That
I know, I'm
happened.
not blaming you.
Um,
But I
Yeah.
am blaming you.
So
For
we
sure, yeah,
had
that's-
an interesting experience with that, guys.
do you want to talk about that or not?
I don't know.
You can.
I mean, here I
Do it.
pre-brought it
I
up.
did.
Might as well.
I talked about
Since-
it last time too.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Okay, go get
Since that was part of the weird experiences, I
Don't forget
guess
your
you can
cup.
set. Yeah, you need your cup.
Are you gonna get a new cup? Oh, Jeff's leaving. Now we
He'll
can
be,
talk
he'll be
bad
right
about
back.
Jeff.
Anyway, so
I
one
don't
of the
care.
most different things I guess had happened during where I've been working more and stuff. So I came over. I was over here for a little bit one day. We were trying to do some nice photo shoots for some stuff, and so I knew I had something. I know I mentioned this probably a little while ago back. Probably one of the last ones maybe it was. I don't remember now, but anyways, I had some weird activity in my house where we had all of a sudden one morning I'm just sitting there eating my breakfast, mind my own business, and there's this box that decided to shoot like 2 feet out from where it would technically fall. So then I found out, okay, I have a new Boogan in the house, and apparently when I was over here the one time it came with, well, it opened a portal, basically here, which I found out about so many weeks ago, whatever it was.
I didn't find out about it until
I mean, none of us.
just before I told you.
Yeah, we didn't know until you had weird stuff happening here or whatever, right? Basically, or
Yeah.
Well,
how did you
Michelle
find out about it?
had said something because we were talking. I was over there.
It was because
I was over there
of
doing
the
something.
video footage that we were getting from the security camera.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
seeing some of
yeah,
that on
because there was
Facebook.
it was like an
and I was
explosion
like,
coming
why
through
all
my
of a sudden
floor.
are we seeing more? I was kind of questioning that myself. Didn't think it would be attached to the one I have, another new one I have. Well, she only got 2 options now. So.
Yeah. No, because she was like, yeah, the portal in your basement, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
it
Michelle
opened a
was
portal
like,
somehow.
And,
The last time I was here with, and she came with, didn't know it.
right.
But
Well,
that
till
would
we did the
that would
pendulum.
explain why I had gotten touched when we were doing that stuff. And my friends jumped in and was like, "Don't do that! I'm touching my friend."
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
sure.
I didn't understand that, but yeah, like that explained the thing. And she's like, "Well, how do you not know?" I'm like, "Hi, do you know me?"
Have we met?
I don't know shit. I'm like, I can see stuff and I can be like, "Oh, that's awesome." In my house, I'm like, "Why?" But I don't know.
But why open a portal in Jeff's basement? Who knows?
I don't know.
We don't know sometimes
No.
why. But yeah,
But it
I
caused,
don't know the
who
whole
knows why.
story.
it caused disarray in my house.
maybe she was lonely. Wanted
Well, I
to
know
bring
she
her
wanted Jeff's
boyfriend in.
attention. That's as far as I
I
can
still
get with
think
her.
she has like
I
a
don't-
ghost crush on Jeff.
She might. I don't know. You never know.
Back
I
to
mean-
Ghostbusters again.
I mean, I'll take it, but don't cause disarray in my
yeah,
house. That's rude.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to
so-
be a sexy ghost in Jeff's house, you could be like the ghost in Ghostbusters, but you just can't go into his bedroom.
Yeah, off limits. But then you have to get approval from everybody else. It's a process,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get denied. Let me just tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah, maybe they would want you to get some ghost love. Who knows?
No.
So that was an interesting experience, I will say.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch all of that kind of play out. And
well, especially because we had used the pendulum. Oh, Jeff needs to still do the recorder thing to see what we found on that recorder too.
Don't pressure me.
I'm not pressuring you on it. I'm just reminding. Since I know it
sounds like pressure.
Oh, Jeff.
No, it's just something I'm just curious.
I know.
Because of everything that has happened, to see what else she said on there that we couldn't get through just yes and no answers in a pendulum. I know you do.
I'll do it.
But we did find out what it was. She was about 100 years old at least.
Damn.
I think it was.
I don't remember.
She was about 100 years old. Yeah, she's old. Actually, in my downtown area
like,
where I live,
like she died when she was 100, or she's been a ghost for 100 years?
Ghost for about 100 years. I can't remember how old she was.
I know. I don't want some old ghost.
We haven't, I think, recorded all the questions.
Right.
I can't really remember half the stuff we asked her.
I get that.
One was, I think, her age and everything. I did get a feeling of what her name might have been, so I was able to get that from her.
Oh, I forgot about the other thing I did. I'll talk about next.
So, yeah, we still got to investigate that one a little bit and find out a little bit more, and then maybe we'll get some better conclusion to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was like one of the weirdest things, especially
it's very strange.
Especially because it was attached to me.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow it decided to attach to me, and then we used the pendulum, and then all of a sudden it opens in the portal. That's a first in a lifetime for me. So
for sure, absolutely. That's why I get it. It wasn't anything Anna did on purpose, but that's an important lesson too.
It is.
Of
like creepy.
Of like to be kind of careful about what you are doing, even unintentionally. I guess we all kind of have to be mindful, because if it's so easy to open up a portal,
it was freaking easy. I mean, it was like I didn't even know it happened.
Right.
But I know you did it. You did.
Yeah.
But how do we?
Like,
how
do you stop
make it where it doesn't happen?
Right, and that's what I was asking.
For learning and stuff.
That's what I was trying to ask Michelle when they were kind of talking about it on the live.
Okay.
Before they had kind of figured out that it was because of like something that your friend that came with you had done. And I was like, well, how would you then tell people to avoid this in the future? And she said just education and like learning how to actually do stuff correctly and studying and stuff is your best bet, or like trying to just protect yourself or mentally say, before you start doing it, I'm not allowing anything to attach itself to me. I'm not allowing anything to attach itself to this location. I'm not allowing anything to do a portal. To kind of like, you don't have to say it out loud, but to kind of like just include that in your preparation routine, basically, for when you're going to do it, like also when you're grounding yourself and protecting yourself, to kind of just add that in.
I think maybe it's sometimes things we do forget, even when we're going to places, to make sure we protect ourselves, or like I wear certain not pendulums, but like
certain
stones and stuff for a reason. Because I'm more.
I don't know. My friend just gave me this bracelet.
I was looking at that earlier too, because I am a little bit more empathic than these two, so I'm more.
I'm not even close.
But I'm more acceptable, I guess, because of it.
But yeah, I don't know. My friend.
I did get an angel light bracelet from her, and I have an angel light stone. And a couple other ones, but the angel is supposed to help against
while he's giving his baby a bath. That's very cool. I hope the baby is enjoying the show. Our new friend.
Yes.
Oh.
I hope the baby.
So,
our new number
Kim,
one fan, the baby.
Your little new story?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought about it while you were
You're
talking.
trying to hold my hand.
Do we
want to do it?
Do we need to just hold hands as friends?
I think we do.
So I went to. Jeff was supposed to come. And then he wasn't feeling well. I did another one of the spirit painting, energy painting parties.
Why wasn't
she got everybody. He could only do.
Yeah, I really wanted.
He can only do 10, I guess.
Oh.
It's like his magic number, and so he can only do so many people.
Gotcha.
And she had.
She
had her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend and her other daughter.
Yeah, so it all added up.
Yeah, and then me and I wanted Bubba to do it.
I get it.
And Natalie
just don't
got
forget
one.
me.
No, I got you. Well, what he also said too is if we can get 10 people, then we could schedule our own party.
Okay.
So if that's something you want to do in the future and you have a location or whatever, I even talked to Rebecca about maybe doing it at the haunt one day.
That'd be cool.
Or like I talked to him also about possibly being on a live and doing
a painting. Yeah.
And what he had said too is for that he likes people to wait like a couple months between readings.
Yeah.
So if it were to be anytime soon, he just wouldn't do.
Okay. Because I know it's been so many months with me. Yeah. That's why I would like a new one.
Right. Mine was very different.
And when I seen that you guys had, I was like, It's like, make sure you remind me.
Well, yeah. I told her, I said, someday if I have a location where I can do it,
yeah,
I might do that myself too.
Because I definitely want to get a new one, kind of see where things have progressed
It's
or not progressed.
but the thing was, for mine, it wasn't like a natural progression of the last reading.
Okay.
It
So
was that last time he was talking more about like the spirits that were around me and stuff, or like people that were concerned to me. Like I assumed my grandma.
Yeah.
And then this time he was painting the picture, and you guys, you see that like it was this lady with all these arms, and he had just done Rebecca's and told her like there was a specific goddess watching over her. And I thought, was like, ooh, am I getting like Kali from like Indian? You know, am I getting a cool goddess too? And he's like, no, bitch, this is you. You're trying to do too much. And I was like, that's fair. He's like, so it's me trying to do all this stuff, and all these people below me that are asking and sucking things out of me. And then like he's got certain colors that mean certain things.
He does, yes.
In the paintings, like yellow is like sickness, and orange is something else.
Purple's negativity.
Purple's negative, and then the blue is like you have ability, or yellow is abilities.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting that, and he kind of surprised a couple of the people that were there. Like Jessica came and did it, and she's a big skeptic. But he said some things which I'm not comfortable like necessarily sharing, but because it's not my secret to tell anybody. But he said something to her that she was like, how would he even know that? And I'm like only a couple people know this thing about her. And it's like, I don't know, dude, but she's very skeptical still. But I think he's kind of like that made her start thinking. Yeah. You know, like, and that's the interesting part. Like, is to see him, and he doesn't even listen to the music anymore. He and he didn't hold my hand. Okay. He only held. I went in when Taylor did hers, Terry's youngest daughter, and he held her hand, and then he held like one other person said that he held their hand, but like for Bubba, he just sat down and Bubba looked at him, and Brian started painting.
Oh, weird.
Like just boom,
so
boom,
did he
boom,
progress
boom, boom.
in abilities?
He says that he's been working on his abilities, and he is sharpened under the point where he doesn't need the distraction of the music anymore, and he's getting better at reading people just by doing it. So that was pretty cool and interesting to see, and to watch Bubba get it done was really interesting. You know, he was talking about like how he has like a male there with him and all this stuff, and it was emotional. It was nice.
It is.
So, but it was cool. It was interesting to see, like,
because I know
if we go back and do it again, and obviously the appropriate amount of time, what then mine will be. But he said the hardest one for him to do is past lives, and he did a past life one on Rebecca. Also was a past life painting. Okay. So, but he said those are the hardest ones to do, and he doesn't always, like, they don't always come to him as easily. So for whatever reason, that was a message that she needed to get right then. So that was kind of cool, because he was like, you were a witch in a past life, and you were executed.
Oh, wow.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Wow, yeah.
So he was like, you were drowned. And I looked it up. And there's only one, like, official female witch drowning, but you never know, because that wasn't always put on paper. Right. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily going to be like, Sally was a witch, so we drowned her. They're going to be like, tragic accident, Sally fell in the lake. You know, like...
It would be interesting.
So, it was,
Because even the first time doing it, I mean, because I felt the energy between my hand and his, definitely, I felt that energy, which was weird. I don't feel with many people. Yeah. So for me to be able to feel that, I knew the guy was legit and everything. Because at first, I remember, I was a little like, I don't know.
We both were. Well, it was kind of cool too, because they both had to work late that day, and so they were like, can you go to the house and let people in so that he can get started early, which is part of how I got to be like one of the first people that was like doing the thing. And I was like, yeah. So he hung out with us like right before, but he wasn't pushing or wasn't trying to like get any information out of us, just having a chat basically, like, oh, you guys have been busy at the haunt, because he has met us before, so he knows that's what we do. How are you doing?
I mean, busy. One investigation with us.
That kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. So he's familiar with us a little bit.
He is, yes.
But it wasn't like he was trying to get information or trying to push for anything, which I was on guard for, of course, because of who I am as a person.
Oh yeah.
Like, but I was really cool, and he's gonna be at the Paracon at the end of the month. He's doing the a gallery.
Okay.
And he sold it out, so congratulations
That's
to him. The only bummer of that, and the reason I didn't sign up, on top of the fact that Terry was like, "Oh no, I'll just get him to come to the house. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Like, you're not guaranteed to get a painting for that. Like, it's an amphitheater, and he's gonna pick 10 people.
Oh wow.
From the amphitheater or whatever, and I'm not saying that I don't know necessarily that that's what he's gonna do, but he's not gonna do 200 readings. He can't.
That'd be a lot.
He can't physically do it. Yeah, so, like, it'd be interesting to see, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to, like, meet up for a beer or something then, since we're not, when you're done for the day and you're able to do that, like, we'll meet up for a beer or something, and he was like, cool, I got you. So, yeah, he's a cool dude, I like him.
I do too. I mean, it was interesting, some of the stuff he was in the one painting that I had too, he was mentioning stuff that nobody really knows, or maybe you guys knew a little bit, but not. But he was mentioning stuff I didn't even tell him. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
I'd be interested to get another one done just to see. Maybe he'll pull something from the past. I don't know. I'd be interested.
It's always interesting,
like,
and he said the same thing.
I really would be.
Doing people multiple times is like really interesting to hear their different, because he doesn't necessarily remember what he told me last time.
No, he wouldn't.
But for me to be like, oh wow, this is really different from last time.
But I'm curious to see how different the next
and
one
that was
might
really
be
interesting, because I was
so,
expecting kind of the same thing again. And some people, like I said, some people got that. Some people got like what we kind of all got last time almost.
Yeah.
At least our group, because I didn't know everybody that was there, so I didn't really like talk to them.
Yeah.
But even like everybody kind of said that like it was a little bit different than last time.
Okay.
And like for like one of the other people that was there, they were talking about her son is also got gifts and all this stuff, and I was like, wow, this is actually like really interesting to see, like to watch I didn't watch all of it because I'm not like close with everybody that was there. But I went in I didn't go watch Jessica's, Bubba watched hers.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to have too many people in the house. We were trying to keep it from being too confusing energy-wise.
Sure.
Or like accidentally giving something away or whatever. So it was really cool. And yeah, like I said, he's on, I'm not necessarily going to shout him out for everybody to do a commercial for the dude, but you can absolutely, get a hold of him and be like, hey, when can we do one? And figure out spots, do it, and find your 10 people, and you're good. You know?
Yeah, he's on my Facebook and stuff, so I get you. But yeah, I would definitely want to do another one, hopefully sometime soon, probably after haunt season. Yeah. Even if we can get, or like you said, have him come.
Yeah, I told him about doing a live like after season. He was like, definitely get a hold of me, and I was like, cool, I'll tell Jeff. Yeah,
because I'd definitely be interested, even if like mine, I don't rather not have it on. You know me.
No, that's fine. Absolutely.
But even if he could still do it here.
Yeah, I don't care.
If he could do it here though, where I'd have to come like a little earlier or something, do it here before, after, preferably before the.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me.
Because then if you wanted to talk about it, you could.
Yeah.
If he says something that you're like comfortable sharing, you could then be like, okay, here's my painting. I just had this done.
True.
Talk about it. And if not, he was funny though. Like when we first sat down, I was like one of the last people because I was gonna be there all night. So I was letting people that needed to leave early go first. I was like, go ahead if you gotta go. You've got a kid with you, or you've got a kid waiting at home. You go ahead and go first. So I sat down and I was like giggling and laughing and acting like a goober with Bubba. And he turns to me, Brian, turns to me and goes, okay, and now we're gonna calm down. And I was like, okay. He goes, well, your energy is like up here. He's like, and then I felt like this weird thing. He goes, okay, so just sit here and just chill for a second. And I felt very amped up and crazy when I sat down. And then I felt my body, I felt my energy shift to here. Yeah. And it still wasn't right. I could feel like a pushback. Oh, weird. And then he was like, okay, hold on. And basically it was like, boo! And pulled my energy like down to where it needed to be. And I could just feel it. It felt like a string on a string instrument like that. And where our energies just kind of connected. And it was weird. Wow. It was weird, but it was very cool.
That'd be interesting to feel.
It's not something I've felt a lot of times.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, you know, when you meet somebody and you click and you just feel that their energy is right and your energy is right. And hey, we're friends now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I met Michelle, it was like instant. We know each other, we're friends. Yeah. You know, and, or like, not, maybe Jeff too, because it was like, we hate the same person. But yeah, so that was kind of cool to feel an experience of that. Oh, I'm not gonna say right now in case they're watching. It was a person whose underwear I saw in your attic.
Oh. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but all right.
I got you. I'll tell you later.
No, I understand.
Now you know. Now you know. Yeah. But yeah, so that was it was kind of cool and interesting, and yeah, like. Definitely. I guess if you get a chance to ever experience that, people that are watching, a spirit painting is very interesting.
It is.
It's very weird. Jeff's going to get one someday.
Wow. Like the two of us have had them.
Yeah.
Jeff hasn't yet, but like.
No.
I think that'll be the cool. If he comes and does the live, Jeff has never gotten a reading and never really met him. So
yeah, that would be interesting.
He would probably draw a box.
No, so he said
he'd be like, here's you, that's it. Like, you're just, you're entrapped.
He before he did the, like, calm yourself lady thing, he took his brush and dipped it in like, his water to, like, clean it, right? And then he looks at me and starts painting. And I was like, oh, he's getting started already. And he picked it up and goes, it's too vague, I can't read you. And it was just, like, gray. Where he had, like, taken his dirty brush and just rubbed it across the board. And I was like, okay, I see, we got jokes. Like, I laughed so hard. I told him, I said, actually, I've been told that before, so I wouldn't have been surprised if you had said, I can't read you. Like, it's happened before when I've met psychics or whatever. They're like, I can't read you. You have too many walls up. And
true,
and I'm like, well, those walls are there for a reason, homie. Like, those I built those. Thank you.
Well, no, that's like that. Was we were talking about when I came and got you the tarot card thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were going to talk about that. Yes,
so that kind of brings it to that.
Yes, good
when
point,
we
my
had,
friend. Good point. Maggie May.
Yes, thank you. When she on it, she did it, and she was telling me, and I didn't tell anybody that I was getting a new job and blah blah blah. And she had said all that stuff about, oh, I just see money, like you're gonna be getting more money, you're gonna, and I was like, yes, in my head, I'm like, fuck yes, I need more money. And then 2.5 months later, I feel like she lied to me because she didn't tell me that it was only going to last for 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And I felt deceived. Because I was like, yes. And it actually really wasn't more money. I was losing money. I was making more to only lose more than what I did.
Yeah. So it just didn't work out the way that...
And I was like, I feel like that was pertinent information that I should have known.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't in the cards.
Maybe not.
Quick
maybe
comment from our new friend.
Interesting.
The lady on the right, your aura is yellow right now. So I would guess that's me.
That's what I say. How are you looking at?
Well, at the screen.
At the screen, yeah.
The right of the screen. So I'm.
So what I'm
right.
curious then, what our auras are.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't have one right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very interesting. I don't know what that means, but
what
very
is it?
Cool. My aura
Each
is
aura
yellow.
has a different color.
Right now,
I just don't know what
currently.
Can't remember what they are.
Maybe it means I'll have to put it. Not really. It's all the rumors I drank. Maybe it means, I don't know, yellow. If you know, if that means something to you, my new friend, I would be interested to hear what you would think that means. Not what you think that means. I didn't mean that to sound dismissive.
They all have different.
But what that means
colors.
to you, because I'm curious now. But yeah, so to go back to what we were saying, so she did the reading for Jeff that he just finished talking about, and she was like, "Well, we got some extra time. I'll do one for you also, you guys." She was like, "I'll just do one for you too," and she was like, "Well, this contract that I was talking to Jeff about, you're involved too." So she's like, it's kind of an agreement for the group rather than just solely Jeff, obviously separate from his job thing that she was talking about. And she was like, there's going to be a lady and she's going to want you guys to sign something. Don't sign it. And I was like, bad. Didn't think about it. Yeah. Then Jeff got an opportunity, which we can't really go into too much detail on, but when he got the offer, and they wanted us to sign, it was just not something we could come to an agreement on. Like, there were just some things that they weren't going to budge on, that we also weren't going to budge on.
Yep.
So it didn't really work out, and I thought that was kind of interesting. The other day, it just kind of clicked for me that I was like, wait a minute, this was that deal that we got offered or whatever, that they wanted us to sign this contract that was going to put us in a situation we didn't want to be in, and this is it. Now, is there a chance that I'm just looking back and trying to fit the puzzle together? Absolutely.
It's a possibility.
But is that also a really weird coincidence?
Well, because that was last year.
That was last year. She said it would be within the year.
Yeah, because that was last year when she was on. And mine was happening within the month. And I mean, nothing else has happened since
There's been
then
nothing else that I can think of that I
Yeah.
would say was that scenario, because he said, or she said specifically, it's going to be a lady and she's going to be a little pushy and she's going to really want you guys to do this. But it's not going to be a good deal for you guys. Don't take it. And when I look back and go, oh shit,
Those
she
kind
was
of
right.
puzzle together.
And I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you later.
Tell
But
me.
you'll remember as soon as they say it. But I don't
I
want
thought
to
you
talk.
told me,
I don't
but-
want to talk about it on here.
No, yeah.
Because I don't want, if they're
No, you're
listening, I don't want to violate any
No, just
confidence.
You're good.
But anyway, yeah. So I thought that was. I said to Jeff, I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is what she was talking about. And he was like, wow, okay, I see that. I see what you're saying. And yeah, when you think about it, it does make a lot of sense. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and maybe an affirmation for her that she's at least somewhat knows what she's doing.
I told her, I was like, all right, you were right. I haven't told her that you were only half right.
So we're gonna, maybe if she can come back on again, she could give us a new reading that involves money also, but the real kind.
Yeah, the kind that's gonna last
Well, it'd
forever.
be interesting because I have not met her.
She's very nice.
So,
She's very cool.
Yeah.
You know, for
Maggie's
me to
really
get
cool.
a different feel or
Yeah,
different,
for sure.
because my energy is different too. So it'd be
Right,
interesting with the.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like,
She's
'cause
got like a fun personality,
yeah,
like Michelle. So.
and I don't.
I just find it interesting, like because when I was ever since I was little, and like even after college, you know, they always had palm readers, and I was always very, I don't know about that because I was very skeptical. The one now she was fairly legit. The one I did have, it was my final year at the college. I did feel an energy from her, hand to hand again. So I knew something was different about her.
I mean, everybody has energy, but yeah.
But certain ones I feel more with than others. And then obviously Michelle and
By the way, you're trying
Christina.
to touch me all night.
Man, there's a lot of touching going on in this
I know.
basement right now.
I know.
with Christina and everybody, where I could feel their energies as well, and then obviously Brian's,
Brian's
and
cool.
Keith. I could feel Keith's too. I felt his from the day one meeting. I
bam,
could feel it.
Yeah, I feel something from Keith too.
It's interesting with certain people in getting more
See what I did there? I was a joke.
with.
I know. Good job.
You know,
You know how
here
to be
I'm still
funny.
trying to grow into all of that part of me more.
Yeah.
You know, I still feel like I am a fledgling basically.
Right,
with it. So
absolutely.
I'm trying to get and understand it, and you know, when I see other people,
My glasses are all dirty.
you play footsie with me.
No, you're not.
Me.
But
Damn, you guys. It's real sensual live.
Yeah.
but the whole thing of, you know, where I see where their levels are at compared to mine,
Right,
and trying to understand and figure out how can I grow mine and everything. So it's been very interesting. Like every time I go to Michelle's and stuff, it's interesting talking with her and stuff. And you know, her energy is so much more than mine. It literally it drains me after a while.
Oh, I love it.
I love the energies and stuff. I love the energies of her. Just the grounds there. You know, I always feel
so cool. Yeah.
I always feel better after I come from there because I've been working so much. It's just nice to get up there sometimes when I can, and it helps me. I feel like you know sometimes I get different insights from her and stuff, which makes me think you know a little differently and stuff too. So yeah, and it's just like I said, trying to get how to get up there. You know, I'm still trying to learn when I can, but there's so much going on that like my brain cannot just settle on certain things right now.
Channel really.
I'm looking up because he never gave me an answer.
All right. But he's washing his kid.
Well, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's
second.
busy. I was just curious what it meant.
Man.
While I was talking, I was doing something. That's what I do. It's thus why Brian's telling me I do too much. Because I'm always doing 3 things at once.
No, you are.
But I guess according to the Google machine, it says yellows are childlike and playful, imaginative, joyous, full of laughter, live for enjoyment and creativity. Nothing is dull to a yellow. They love to be creative and work with their hands.
Oh,
Yellows make great therapists and doctors. They have fear of relationships and commitment. I must not have gotten that part. They're very sociable people. The life of the party can be quite easygoing. Very spontaneous.
Completely wrong.
Very spontaneous, but sometimes need to settle down.
This is a family show, Kim. Don't fucking flip me off.
We flip each other off in my family.
Are you saying it's an Italian way of your family?
No, it's just me, man.
Oh, it's just
but yeah, I guess I would say that's me. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I don't know if we ever got an answer.
I guess I was going to say, if he confirms that's what it means to him, that would be interesting.
And if he's able to, I was so curious if he's able to.
Now Anna's like, what color's my aura?
Well, I'm just curious what ours are since we only got 1 out of the 3.
She feels left out. I'm just
I guess I was just broadcasting extra hard.
You're good.
I probably don't have anything.
You're good.
I'm
no,
awesome.
That's
fine.
You just have a bubble around you.
Yeah, I do.
Like Sandy Claus and SpongeBob.
That could have gone so different. I went the lamest way possible.
What else, Ryan?
So it's not my story.
Yeah.
But a couple of people from the team, Dawn and Michelle, they went to, I don't remember, they paid to do one of those like haunted tour things, kind of like the Eloise thing.
Yeah.
And they went, and there wasn't that many of them. And so they were walking around, and of course they had like all their equipment and stuff like that. I mean, I would too. Well, I guess there was like this one lady in there, like all of them seemed to pull out their phones and use one of those like location finder apps for spirits.
Oh, Jesus, those.
What?
And this lady kept saying, you know, like, oh my God, there's one over there, and it was like, don't walk over there, you know, and she would, you know, and I guess at one point she had walked up to Michelle and was like, look, it's right over here.
Yeah.
And Michelle, she's nice. Like she's not gonna.
She's a dear.
She's not gonna.
She's not gonna be like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, I'm so glad I wasn't there. Or I was actually like, I wish I was there because I'd have called that lady out on her shit.
Because that's her whole garbage.
I know, because I'd have been like, you're false. And if she kept persisting, I'm like, let me download this app here. And then, you know, hold it phone by phone and watch them be different because you know they would. I'm like, well, whose is right, mine or yours?
Right.
And,
my friend used to use one of those apps and it was so dumb. Because it'd be like, there's a ghost and it's right by this tree. And then it would be like, tree. And I'm like, okay, good, you know there's a fucking tree in the yard. Like...
Well, because you know it was free.
Yeah.
And I'd have been like, you do read the fine print right for entertainment purposes only. Like, you're not doing anything that's going to...
Not anything of substance.
I'm like, why don't you go walk over there and see if it's cold or...
Right.
You know, there's a static or energy feeling if you can pick up on that. Like, I wouldn't have been nice about it. And she was like, she's like, I couldn't take it anymore, and I just walked away. And it was like... You're too nice.
At some point, sometimes you have to just be like, whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, she wasn't, you know, like debating the fact, but you know, she's just trying to be like, okay, you know, you're here to have fun. I'd been like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's like that in the fucking paranormal groups too. Like, I'm a member of a couple, and this lady will post to be like, what do you see in the picture? And I'm like, a lamp on a desk. And they'll be like, why do you think that? But everybody that's on there saying it's a demon and a ghost doesn't get questioned.
Right.
I'm getting questioned because I'm being a hater or whatever. And nobody's used those words, but still, they're like, oh, well, how do you know I don't see a lamp in that picture. Okay, I do. That's obviously a lamp. And they posted like a zoomed out view of the room, like in another picture, and I'm like, there's the fucking lamp right there. Like, there it is. It's not in front of the mirror. It's on the other side of the room, and just because of the angle that someone's taking the picture at, which is the problem with all these ones that are like so zoomed in.
Yeah.
So everything, and it's like, you just
need
want it
the
to
raw,
be
you need the raw
so bad.
file, yeah.
Well, and that's like,
that reminds me of the pictures that you posted of the campground.
The camp. But then when I was like,
that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, what?
It's a reflection of the phone on the fire smoke.
Interesting.
And when I looked at it,
that was interesting looking.
When I was looking at the picture, I instantly saw that from the picture. When
I was trying to debunk
it.
I couldn't
if you
figure
look
it
at the comments, I said it as me. I said,
Okay.
I think it's because of the way the guy is sitting. They're taking a picture of him with their flash on. But he also has his phone up and he's reading something.
Yeah, he does.
And the brightness on the phone is up.
Yeah.
So clearly it's just lighting up the smoke that's right behind him that he's not blocking with his chair.
It looks so cool.
It looks cool, but it's a great example of everybody thinks it's a ghost, and that's that. It's a ghost now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's a it's smoke.
I never thought of how.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I was trying to figure it out too, and I'm like, I can't figure this out right now.
Yeah, no. Coming back from Indiana, they had a lot of them took a bunch of pictures.
Absolutely.
On their phone. And they were a couple of them while we were driving back. No. It was after we got back, and I was riding Michelle back to her house because it was shorter for me to drive there than the other place, and just ride with her. And
makes sense.
A couple people were posting pictures, and they sent one, and I was like, okay. I'm like, maybe, you know, and I'm like, do you have a different angle? You know, do you have multiples? And somebody else posted one where they had taken it, and obviously it was like minutes later or something, but it is the same result. And I was looking at it, because one used a flash, the other one did not, but they were using a flashlight. And I was looking at it, and it was just a room that it was just like some crap in there, and there was like a toilet, you know, and you saw this like light line on the back. And I'm just looking at it, and like instantly I was like, oh, it's a reflection off of the corner of the toilet on this because of the flash. And then I'm like, because of the flashlight lighting it up, because you can see the reflection on the toilet on the front too, from like where the flash and stuff like that hit. I was like, so yeah, that's nothing. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. And and I think it was after it was still on that journey, and because a lot of them didn't live very far from where we actually met up, and they were like, oh, well, we took these, like, what do you think about these ones? And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, all right. I'm like, this is odd, because there was just light streaks. Well, as I'm looking at the light streaks, I see that there's, you know, a bulb right there, and I was like, nope. I'm like, it's the light bulb. It's like the way you're angled, and you know the light's hitting the lens a certain way. I'm like, because the streaks had the same color as the bulb, you know, and you know you can just kind of tell that it's a lens streak thing, because they had sent me a couple. They're like, well, how about this? And they were like, well, same thing with this one. And I looked, and it was like instantly, it was like, yeah, it's still the light bulb, you know. And like it's just a thing. Like I'm like, I'm not trying to burst your bubble, but I'm like, it's you know, it's a thing, and they're like, no, like I mean, I didn't think it was, but also at the same time, I was like, that's really interesting,
right.
But then, yeah, you know, some people, and no, obviously nothing against them and stuff like that, but yeah, it's like you gotta look in the environment in a sense, you know. It was like it was like that picture I took last year when I went to OSR. And I had taken a picture, and like this closet had like a shadow coming out of it. Like it looked like, you know, like there would have been a light inside, you know, it was casting a weird shadow, but there was no light inside. And where I was standing, I had the windows over here, so, and it wasn't very bright, but it was shining this way, so clearly it wasn't my shadow, because I was standing in front of it. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I took another picture, and the shadow was gone. I didn't really move though. Like, I barely moved at all. I was like, oh, odd. Okay. So then I took a couple steps back, because I was just kind of curious, because I wanted to see, more of the window and the light. I don't even think they had a light on in that room, but it was bright enough you didn't need like a flash and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I took a step back and it was there again. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, you gotta,
You have to really like analyze
Yeah.
before you say it's paranormal. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't want to do that because they want it to be a ghost.
Yeah,
And
want
I
it to
get
be something. And I
that. They want it to be cool. They want to be the one that captured this and all that stuff. And I get that. I totally understand. But that doesn't mean that everything's a ghost.
Right.
Oh, the guy says.
Yeah, he got.
Later on the left, I could see streaks of brown, which is funny because I almost said brown. When she was like, "What color is my aura?" I almost said brown.
To who?
To Anna.
Oh.
And then he doesn't see anything, which.
Told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
You don't have one.
What I'm
That's
curious
fine.
is,
I'm cool.
if auras change
Yeah.
colors.
That's right. I think they do.
Mood ring.
Because I say it's the first time I ever heard of it
I'm
being
just kidding.
brown. That's I'm like,
Yeah, they as far as I know and my understanding is, they can be different depending on like if you're sick or like in a bad mood or
Yeah.
whatever. Mood has a lot to do with it, but most of the time like there is like a base or whatever from what I've seen on
Yeah,
shows
maybe
I've
do
watched
some
and
more
stuff. I'm
research
not
on
like
that
an
one.
expert by any stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
But they're
I had one.
interesting.
I told you.
you don't have
I was
one.
like, it's
Sorry.
gonna be black or nothing,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly content
Yeah,
with that.
absolutely.
It doesn't bother me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm cool.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I'm
Exactly.
cool. Probably all that protection up around me, and they're like, no,
Excuse me. that just
motherfuckers
hurt.
got nothing because we're here,
We're here.
and that's fine. That's
That's
fine.
not how auras work, but okay.
That's exactly how they work.
Yeah,
Exactly. I don't think you live in this place called Earth.
I do actually.
I don't think you do.
I live
Then
here.
you're on an alternate
I live here.
plane.
I live here. Jeff.
You're in an alternate plane.
I'm
and
on
things
an alternate
apparently
plane all the
work
time.
differently in
It's
your zone.
Wonder Woman's invisible jet. That's
Yeah,
the other
he
place.
said
I'm on.
they do change.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
cool.
different in your
Good to
zone.
know.
My zone is
Yeah,
exactly
thank you.
how I said it.
I'm in the Wonder Woman jet right now.
All right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool.
So yeah. Anyway, after that weird
It's been
conversation.
8 years, but he's a little rusty. He says.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, we
That's
appreciate.
pretty cool though that you're able to
Yeah,
see the
that-
colors
that
of auras. That's
interesting.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
Have you had Zoop Zoops by him?
Huh?
Yeah, what?
Zoop
Yeah.
Zoops?
Yeah, I've been seeing
Okay.
them.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I've been seeing Zoop Zoops.
All right. Cool.
For you guys that don't know, the Zoop Zoops, they're like it's like the name that Jeff and I have given. Like it looks like a little something like that kind of jets across. It almost looks like a little worm, but it's invisible.
I mean, you'd think it might be dust, but there's no air flowing. You know, when we've seen them, and it's not like I've been.
It's
moving
not like
around,
the weird
but
things
it's not
that
dust.
that you see like when you look into a light or whatever, and you get
Yeah.
it's the closest I can think of how to describe it. Though.
Yeah, but you'll see them, and it's like all of a sudden, like you're just floating down. And you're like, okay, it's dust, and then all of a sudden, it's like.
Zoop, 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 zoop.
So that's
why
what
we call them Zoop Zoops because
Yeah.
they zoop zoop.
Yep.
It's technical terms.
We're penning that. That's
We have our own
That's gonna
ghost
be a
hunting
thing.
dictionary.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Boogans.
Every time somebody says it, we
Spooky
make money.
friends. Zoop Zoops. That's pretty much it.
For now.
For now.
Tell us
So
about
yeah.
us.
What else? We have a little bit of time left. What else do we want to talk about?
Trying to remember. I think there was something else I was thinking about, and I don't remember. Hey, I think I put it on the things.
I was
Let
gonna
me
say,
look.
did you put it in our notes?
Or something?
I might have.
We're trying to be professionals and have notes about the things we want to talk about. Oh, while Jeff's doing that, I will talk again about how you can help us.
Good. Good choice.
Okay. Make sure that if you're not already subscribed to the channel, that you are doing so. And go watch our other videos and leave us comments and let us know what you think. Like them, share them with your friends. That's all very cool things that you can do. Like our Facebook page, Ghostly Hauntings, on Facebook. And then we also have TikTok, Ghostly Hauntings.
You see
Instagram.
the cool security camera videos.
Yeah, all our security camera videos are on TikTok. And they do very well. For some reason, it's very interesting.
I like rubbing it in some people's faces.
Yeah.
They're like, we want that.
I don't know what to tell you because I really do not understand why these blew up as much as they had sometimes.
Fine.
I don't mind. There's nothing special I'm doing. Like, people have asked me, how do you do it? I just post the videos and people watch it. And then people come to the comments and they go, I don't see anything. And that boosts it. So I don't really care if they don't see anything.
Right.
But yeah, so then,
It's actually quite interesting.
he was trained by a Native American
Yeah,
medicine.
that's pretty cool.
Margot. Margot sounds cool.
The bonus reader.
So yeah, the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah.
All of that.
And
Make sure you're following us.
We have Patreon.
Liking our stuff. And then, yes,
PayPal,
if you want to just give us money, we have a Patreon where you get something in return. Go check that out. There's really cool stuff on there.
Yep.
And then our merch.
Yep.
Which you also get something. You get tape.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the website.
Jackets and hats and
backpacks,
all kinds of cool stuff.
Tank tops.
Anna's got the bomber jacket.
I love the bomber jacket. It's
more
really
like a
cool.
sweatshirt, but it's really cool.
They don't do the bomber jacket.
Oh,
like that
no.
anymore.
You got
limited
limited
I
edition.
love
for
this.
Well,
us.
it's all stitching. It's not like
they
print.
do it
Oh, I love it. I like this one so much.
He says he's gonna check it out. Thank
Awesome.
you, respectful,
Thank
thank
you.
you, new friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we do this live every month for those of you that are new watchers.
End of the month.
At the end of the month, usually. This month we're just doing it differently because of the
Last month.
scheduling.
Yeah.
And because we're gonna be out of town the last weekend in August, or at least Jeff was going to now, which is I'm going.
Yeah.
And if you're going to the Michigan Paranormal Convention, make sure you stop by the Lower Michigan Paranormal Society booth and tell them that Ghostly Hauntings sent you.
Yeah.
Say hi to our friend Keith and Michelle. We're going to be there at the booth. And I'll be walking around making an ass of myself.
Probably.
Buy me a beer.
Actually, there's no probably. It's going to happen.
It will happen.
So I'm going to be in there harassing all kinds of famous people. It's going to be great. So definitely, stop me, say hi if you see me, do a selfie for the Instagram, all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you're watching our social medias that weekend because like I said, if I don't get too wrapped up and forget or they won't let me for whatever reason,
I'm sure they're not going to
they won't care probably, but some places have weird rules about recording.
Mm.
Then watch for some lives on our various social medias
Mia.
on that day. Ghostly harassment. That's right. Exactly, Mia.
You need to make a shirt.
Mia knows what's up. Ghostly harassment.
And then,
So yeah, say hi if you see me. Don't be shy. I'm not. There's no reason for you to be.
Right? Just go up and
Just be like, oh, you're Kim from Ghostly Hauntings. Don't touch me. Like Jeff was going to suggest.
I was.
I saw your hand. I
was too. Damn it.
I will punch you.
She probably would.
Yes, you will.
So take her advice and not mine. But still do it.
Unless I know you and we're homies, that's different. But yeah, that's all good things. Jeff, did you figure out what it is you wanted to talk about?
I've been making paranormal gadgets.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, she's very technically
I'm
savvy.
in the process of getting them done. There is a couple pictures I think online for them. But yeah, I've got energy pumps that I'm making.
We love it.
And I'm still in the process of figuring out my layout design for the static detector. I know what I'm going to do. I just have to put it into motion because I think it's going to be pretty badass.
Nice.
It's going to be different than other ones. And they're, the way I'm planning it is they're definitely way cheaper than other ones that you see online. Like it's not going to be like $50 or, more where you have to like take out a battery because whatever. It's actually going to have a power switch on it.
Hell yeah.
And LED, so you know when it's on.
Nice.
That's nice.
There
I'm
you go.
excited.
I know.
Very cool.
And those are on the website or where do we
I
go
have
buy
them on the website. You can message
hiccups.
directly through the page too if you want
Message our
one.
Facebook page.
Yeah, so as of right now, the energy pumps are $25 each, and then because
Nice.
of the couple things that I'm doing to make the static ones a little bit better, those are going to be $30.
He's following us on Instagram now. Cool, we'll follow back. We got you.
So, because they're definitely a lot different, because the static detector, what I'm planning on doing, because a lot of them, like I said, there's a few where you have to take the batteries out, there's no power switch, which is kind of dumb to me, and it's got like the little flimsy like wire antenna, like, okay, cool, like that could break off at some point, yay. And a few of them have that, or I just recently saw some where they just seem super bulky, and they have like a battery pack on it, you know, on the back. And what I like, and it, because it annoys me having to make so much space for something that doesn't need to be that big, is I've compacted it, does the exact same thing, and doesn't take up any space. So if you have cases for equipment, and you're like, oh god, like this thing's gonna take up so much space because it's big, like, you know, and I don't know what your case situation is, but mine.
Well, it's always nice to not have to carry as much.
Right, and mine, you know, is the plucking and whatever, and this way I only have to pluck out, you know, like, say 3 column, or yeah, like a 2 column, you know, with 3 in it each, and it's gonna fit in there nicely. And these are not gonna be like a push button either, because you know I've got the one and it's constantly turning on in my pocket, and it annoys the piss out of me. It'll even turn on in the case too sometimes.
And then it runs down the battery too.
Yeah, it runs on the battery. So this is definitely going to have that switch, and it's a hard switch, so it's not going to just accidentally switch on. And then instead of the flimsy antenna, I actually, if I can get these to work right, if not, the price will be a little bit different, is actually going to be kind of like an old, not old school, but it would be almost similar to like the antennas that you'd used to get on flip phones.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be something similar to that. So it's not gonna poke out very much. Yeah. You know, so you could face it down so the antenna's not gonna get bent, like when you're trying to close your lid. But it's still gonna be compact and it'll work, and it's gonna have like a noise thing in there and stuff like that.
Nice. That's cool.
And once I can figure out a design, I'm gonna do music boxes too.
Nice.
I just have to figure out
fun stuff coming.
How to do it so that they're different from other ones.
Right, absolutely.
And those ones not going to be as much either, but it just depends on
how much it costs to make.
Yeah, and in the design, because I have a cool idea, but it's probably going to cost a lot, so I'm probably not going to do that.
Right.
So I just have to figure out a way so it's not like copying something in a sense, and still make it compact and, you know, everything, because I don't like big things unless it's
we want to fit into that vest.
That too. But unless it's like it needs to be that big, obviously. But if it, you know, cell phone, it's not small, it's got a lot in it, you're good.
Right.
But, you know, if they made a big one where everything is just like within, you know, a certain parameter, like, why the fuck are you making these things so big?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that'll be interesting. But you can find it on the store for sure. At least the energy pump. I know I mentioned both on the Facebook page. And like I said, it's going to be $25 for the pump and $30 as long as I can get my prototype to do what I want it to do. Otherwise, it'll drop down, and I'll post that later on.
Cool.
But yeah, they're going to be nice. They're kind of sleek, you know. They both got the same kind of buttons, so you're not accidentally turning anything on. LED, so you know that it's on or off, obviously.
Right.
And the energy pumps, it's got a nice little motor in it that's super quiet. So, because there's that one that I have, it's kind of loud. I mean, it's not horribly loud.
No, but it's like you can hear it.
Yeah,
especially if you're trying to be quiet and do investigating.
Yeah.
It's like. It sounds like an old record, like an old organ when it turns on.
and you have to, it's like, all right, well, let's compensate this now. So extra, you know, space for like room tone or blah, 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 including that.
Right.
I mean, it's nice, but that thing is too big for what it does.
Right.
Like, there's so much empty space, it could have been smaller.
Yeah, that's silly. They weren't thinking about that when they made it, I guess.
Apparently not.
Mia wants to know a question too.
All right. But everything that I'm making, the batteries actually on the inside, so you just have to pop it off, insert the batteries, and it's not going to be like, ooh, bulkiness there on the back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like, okay. Because I bought the wrong thing, and I'm like, I can do that. But I don't want to.
I get it.
So, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I had to rebuy something because it was the wrong size the first time. So it's going to work out, and it's going to be awesome.
It's very exciting.
Yep.
Me wants to know if we have any cool ghost tattoos or art pieces.
My Star Trek tattoo.
Star Trek tattoo. I have a planchette. It's on my arm, and then I don't think that's paranormal. It's a skull with a rose and it's tentacles. I don't fucking know. I didn't draw this. That was
Some
cool.
anime thing.
No,
wow.
it was some.
You got some anime porn on your leg. I see.
Yeah, actually, the guy that I got a gift certificate to posted it on his Facebook and was like, if anybody wants to get this, I'll give him a deal. And I was like, that's really fucking cool, because I didn't know which one of my tattoo ideas I was gonna use my gift certificate on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll just get that.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him and I was like, okay, cool. I want that. And he's like, it's a one of a kind. It's like, he's never gonna make it again. So it's kind of cool, but not paranormal. So I think the only one that I have that's paranormal related is my Exit 13 Coven planchette, which I have a bunch of us at the haunted house have the same one. So
it's not a
that's
cult,
it.
Kim.
It's not a cult.
No.
It could be.
It could be.
I'm the cult leader.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I drank it already. It's delicious.
Alright. No.
We put booze in it.
That took out the other part, like, oh, there was poison. No, the booze covered that.
So
and just deteriorated it all.
yeah. So yeah, I guess that's I don't think, Anna, you don't have any paranormal related tattoos, do you?
No.
You've only just started getting them.
Yeah, I just got my first one in January. I got little Cubert
She's got a cube
right there
on her leg.
on my leg.
So I've got a bunch of tattoos, but they're all.
I'll be getting more after the season. I'll be working on my Exit 13 tattoo. Yeah. Next is what's coming. That's the one I really want next.
Yeah.
So we'll see how.
Exit 13 tattoos. Blah blah blah.
I have two. Because my monster that's on my leg, he originally had like a spiral in the middle of the forehead, and I told him instead of the spiral to carve a 13 in his forehead. So
another one I have
like nightmare at the haunted house.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I have considered maybe on like on my forearm or something getting a I don't know which one yet, but one of the unilomes.
I don't know what that is.
I gotta look it up again.
Oh, okay.
It's has to do with like the empath and
oh
my gosh, I'm losing my brain
I'll
here.
Look it up. Yeah.
Like
my shoulder is really itchy, buggies.
going through like almost like a chaos thing, and then you like to get to enlightenment basically is what it is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like
I think I've seen what you're talking
it's called
about.
Unilome.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting one of those.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Do your research because it's gonna be on your body forever.
Well, anything I get is I like put meaningful. In
right.
What
Well, I'm not saying necessarily of that, but
yeah.
You don't want to accidentally get like chicken fried rice. You know.
I want to make sure it's something that I'm gonna be happy with. That's why it took me forever to even get my first one, just because I didn't know what and where and how much I wanted to actually.
Kind of go for it.
I was back and forth about do I really want to do one or not. So
that's
I
why
finally.
She started small. She was smart. So.
Yeah, and at least it's where you can see it but can't see it kind of thing. Along with, I know it's something I've liked since I was a kid, so it works, and I'm happy with it.
You keep seeing it's probably because Mia saw my tattoo on my thigh that she was asking. She's like, "Ooh, tattoo question."
She was just checking.
Or just Mia being Mia. You never know.
Checking you out.
Yeah. Hey girl, how you doing?
I got one designed for my other arm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you gonna be ghosts?
Channel related, yeah.
What? Are you gonna get the baby ghosts?
Yeah, I think that's.
The ghost homies?
Yeah.
Yeah, ghost homies.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while, and I had it priced out. It's like $200. I'm like, well, all right, eventually.
Eventually, we'll make it there.
It was priced out a couple years ago, but
yeah, it's probably more now.
Yeah.
Prices have gone up on everything.
I'd be like, no.
So I'm going to 100% get rice tattooed on me. I knew you would, Mia. I believe it.
Good words in the little rice things.
Just like actual grains of rice,
and
inside of each grain of rice, like at a Renaissance festival, when they write your name on that grain of rice, put chicken fried rice. Anyway, so what else do we want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm kind of tapped, I think.
It's almost that time.
Yeah.
So I guess we do our wrap up and just tell you again to give us money
I'll
and
let
support
Kim do
us on
that.
social media.
I'll let Kim do that. Yup. Yep.
Buy some merch.
Yep. Donate.
Make sure you are, if you are interested in learning more about equipment in general, we have the workshop specifically for spirit boxes. Yep. And I actually had a friend that messaged me and asked me the other day if they have to have seen the other workshops to understand what's going on, and the answer is absolutely not. But if you'd like to see the old workshops,
you can.
Jeff
they're on
can
the
arrange
website.
that.
Yeah, they're on the website.
You just won't be able to ask live questions on the old ones, but you can still comment and ask questions, and Jeff will see them and answer you, or message our page.
Yep.
So make sure that if you're interested in tuning in for that for Thursday night, you sign up, because if nobody signs up, we're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it.
So. But
we'll push it to next week.
We'll keep trying until we find a time that's convenient for people, because I know also, schedules don't always work out. But you can also subscribe and get it, and then not watch it live, but ask your questions later. That's also a thing.
Yeah.
So, just because you can't watch it specifically at that time doesn't mean you can't tune in.
Yeah.
And then
and you'll just get the link sent to you.
Then the next event after that, we'll do another one maybe next month, depending on our schedules. Yeah. And the live at the end of September, because remember, we're not doing a live at the end of August, because this is it. This is where we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
But
right now,
I'm gonna go on the page from the paranormal convention as much as I can.
Yep.
And then if also I was thinking too, some of my friends, people I know, they know people that have or want, they have some activity in their house. If you guys have it, and you want us to come and investigate, please message our Facebook page or one of our messengers, and we will get back to you on it.
Facebook page is the best and the easiest way to get hold of, because that's the one that Jeff monitors.
Yeah, because I know I've had people come to me personally about it, but you guys need to go to the page, please.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate the personal
and
messages.
Nobody's gonna bite. I'll make the boogans, but
Yeah, so we'll come in, we're very respectful of your property and all that. So if you have a haunted location, your house, your business, like Anna said, let us know. And if there's a charge involved, we can talk about that, but we would prefer it if it was free.
Yeah, well, I feel like if they're contacting us,
right? But hey, even if you know about something that's happening, that's a public event.
Yeah,
we've had people message us also.
Yeah. So and be like, hey, ideas, whatever.
Maya says, what about just to hang out? Yes, homie. You can tune into the workshop and just hang out with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then maybe after you guys have stirred some things up in there, we can come back to your building again. Maybe. Yeah, definitely, if you know or want us to come touch your ghosts with our equipment.
I was waiting to see where this was going.
Or if you have a sexy ghost at your house that can give Jeff the Ghostbusters treatment, let us know.
Has to be on location. Can't come back with me.
So, yeah, but definitely make sure you're doing all that cool stuff. And then share us with your friends. Tell your homies.
Get the word out
there,
please.
Help homies.
Yeah.
We got these ghost homie stickers because we're homies.
We got some fun stuff back here, guys.
Yeah, I'm covering it up. But.
Yeah, Jeff's in the way of it. But don't forget, we got glasses.
Stickers.
Yeah. The shot glasses are not for, but next time we come out, if you want one, next time we come up on Shutterfly, we can order one for you.
Yeah. And then you've got this nice little novelty item.
Baby ghosts.
Yes, you get your own orb.
You
can let it go if you want it.
He's Orby the orb.
It needs a home, do it.
I've got one on my little shelf in my house, sitting next to all my other weird objects, like the teeth mold that I found in an abandoned building. Yeah. It's right next to it.
That's probably why your music's been working.
Probably. I bring back weird shit. I actually did bring home a piece of a grave one time too, which probably wasn't.
Oh dear.
Well, I'm gonna say my other friend. We took a whole headstone, and I carried it back to her house, and it's sitting next to her fireplace.
I remember.
Her name is Mary, the ghost, the grave. It just says Mary on it. We don't know who Mary was, but it was in the It was in the trash at the cemetery, so we picked it out.
Oh
and
my
took it
gosh,
home.
in the
Wow.
trash?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how
It's
it
as
got
bad as
there,
that
but yeah.
That's horrible.
Basement thing.
Yeah, so I just went in there and was
that's
like,
not right.
can I pick this up? Yes, I can. It's coming home with us.
Hey, it's in the
Let's
garbage
put it
up
in
for
the
grabs.
box.
Right.
That's what I figured. I just kind of put it underneath my coat.
Oh
and
my
was
gosh,
like,
I would not want to see that in the
You'll
garbage.
take
Oh
that,
my
but
gosh,
not a
no.
TV.
I took one TV.
Not for me. I took that one.
I took you to the location.
Yeah, but I was like, Kim, I need you to grab this. It had a
And I was
handle
like,
and
no.
everything.
I said,
And you're
no.
like, yeah, I'll do it. We're leaving. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to walk down the street with TV. You know what I was doing? Walking down the street with a TV under my
I
arm.
just didn't want to get shot. I don't
For
know.
a little TV?
That was stealing TVs. I've seen it on TV. Anyway.
Oh, God.
So yeah, buy some
Dear.
buy weird shit.
Yup.
Like us on Facebook.
Yup. Subscribe.
Be homies.
Make millions of accounts and subscribe.
Yeah. Make comments on all of our videos.
Yeah.
Get the word out there.
Yeah.
And
Just
yeah,
so
share
that
us.
it bumps stuff.
So it's yeah. Excuse me. Thank you to our new friend. I'm not gonna try to butcher your name again. And Mia for commenting, and those other ones guys that were just kind of lurking. Oh, and Bubba too. He commented.
Yeah.
The rest of you
Then
that
he
were
didn't
just
ask questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next time just
the rest
Wow.
of you that were lurking, don't be so shy
Yeah.
next time. Come on in, ask us some questions, tell us about your experiences,
It makes it
ask
more
us about
interesting.
locations, ask us our opinions about stuff. We ain't shy.
yeah.
But if you think of anything before the next live, you can also message our page and we'll make sure
We'll answer
we
it.
answer it.
Yep.
So if you think of something and you're not watching this live, still feel free to make a comment or message us with your question because we'll see it and then we'll get you on the next one.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. That'll be cool.
Anybody have anything to say?
No, I'm good. I
I'm
think.
good. We'll just see you guys on the next one then.
Yeah, we'll see you. Jeff and I hopefully see you Thursday. And then
Not hopefully, better.
if not, then I'll see you the last weekend in August sometime.
Better on both.
Better on both. Okay.
Kim's gonna be mad.
Big mad. Big.
She'll be red.
Big.
Red Kim.
Big mad.
You don't want to see that.
Upsetty spaghetti.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Love you, bye.
we're gonna
See ya.
call it good. You're gonna see me walk away, so I can end it. Later.
Do it. Walk away, Jeff.
I will.
Get out of here.
I will.
Oh, yes. Good times always on the live.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.